Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you?
Yeah.
I like that one, man. I told you you're better at making notes than me.
Hey, man,
Told
you
you.
know we're gonna have some fun with it, man. You know it's free agency time. We gotta have some fun with it. You already know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, you guys know I am your host, Bird Gang 31, in the building with my co-host, Mr. Warming Up himself. Shout out to Nikki. You know, she got stuck out in the woods. You know, internet service wasn't very good, but we're going to keep rocking with her, and we definitely have her back on next week. So go ahead, Notion, and do what you do best, my guy. Let's
Hey,
warm
hey,
this thing
you,
up.
you already
Let's
know the
go.
vibes up here. Hey, off-season vibes, free agency right around the corner. Yeah, warm this thing up, gang. Hey, you know what time it is. You know you know who you rocking with. Hey, it's your boy Billy Notion. Eagles live and late. Oh yeah, we ready. Hey, y'all already know. Hey, let's check this 4K on them real quick though, cause y'all already know the vibes. Hey, Lambo, check. Hey, hold on, ring. Check, y'all know we here, gang. If y'all new to this, right, y'all already know what to do. Go hit that subscribe. Y'all know how we coming with it all season. Hey, salute to my girl Nikki out there. Again, I know she out there stuck in the woods, but we gonna be back rocking at it come next week. So, hey, without further ado, Bird Gang, let's go get to this business, my man.
Let's get it, my guy. Let's get it. You know I'm always ready. I'm always excited to talk some football. I'm always excited to talk about what the Birds need to do to get to the chip next year. You've seen the Bengals go from 4 games to the Super Bowl. You know, they didn't win it, but they made it there. So, you know, we had 9 game winning with a suspect team. We got, 6 out of the top 60 picks, and we also got cap space. So, Howie, do your job, and we're going to help you out like we did last week. Last week we did running backs and safeties. This week we're going straight offense. We're going free agent receivers, and we're going free agent tight ends, and not even just free agents, draft picks or even, trade scenarios. So let's get into it, my brother. Which one you want to start first? We can start out with the free agents. With the free agents. Yeah, we start out with the free agents.
Oh,
We go
absolutely,
receiver
absolutely.
first. Receiver
As
first.
my man
Also,
said,
guys,
we go.
hold on. Before we get this started, this is also a call-in show. So that means as we're going through the topics, we're about to drop that link. If you guys have some players that maybe we missed, you know what I'm saying? If you guys got some players that you think can help our Philadelphia Eagles make it to the next level, then go ahead and hit the link. Come in here. We have you guys on stage. So let me go ahead and do that while, Mr. Warmer Up is talking for a minute.
Hey, you already know. Again, we're gonna go over a little bit of an offensive explosion today. We know we got some talent available in this coming free agency draft. The Eagles have the cap space and the draft room to try to make some noise this free agency. So, hey, without further ado, yeah, we're gonna go and dive into it today. And as my guy said, it is a live call-in show, so we want to hear from the voice of the people. Hey, to make sure we ain't off a track of what we think can help better this team. So we know there's a lot of options. Hey, at the wide receiver position, at the tight end position, we could possibly use upgrades in both departments. Honestly, if we're being honest. So, hey, we're gonna talk about it here today. We like to have y'all's input. So, without further ado, my guy, let's talk about these. Let's talk about the wide receivers first. I mean, I think honestly, if we're gonna make some kind of a splash, or if we're gonna do some kind of noise in free agency, if you ask me, that's where it needs to be at. So, I think, hey, let's go talk about the free agents of the wide receiver class, my guy. And I mean, hey, gun, kick it off. Who
Before
you
we
feeling?
get to the full loop of them, just go off the back and tell me who's your number one receiver target. Everybody got their own opinion. Obviously, everybody probably has the same number one person that we want on the roster. As you see in the thumbnail, he's right there up top, right next to our boy, Zach Ertz. But, the likelihood of that are kind of slim, but I still think we can get him. You know what I'm saying? We hear these, everybody talk about throw the house at Russ. Do whatever you got to take to get Russ. Do whatever you can take to go get Deshaun Watson. Well, forget those quarterbacks. We got a quarterback in Mr. Jalen freaking Hurts. It's time to get some other players on the team. You know what I'm saying? It's time to get some other ballers on this team. Let's throw the house at players that can instantly come on this roster and make us dynamic. You know what I'm saying? We need impact players. And none other, my guy, my number one guy is definitely Mr. Devonta Adams. You know, that is that dude. He is that dude. He's been that dude for a long time now. You know what I'm saying? No one else can come in and dominate. We need a big body receiver. He's big body. We need someone with speed. He got speed. We need someone that run those routes crisp. Guess what? He can do that too. Also, we need some guy that even if Jalen Hurts' pass is not right on the money, he gonna go get that ball. So my number one guy would definitely be Devonta Adams.
Hey, you already know I got to piggyback right off of that. Honestly, again, you ask me if anybody's involved in free agency, I'm looking at top-tier generational talent. Hey, players that are definitely going to make an impact on this team. And there's no way you can't say that Devonta Adams wouldn't have an impact on this team. So if we going to splurge something in free agency, I'm all aboard with going to get Devonta Adams, the best route runner in the league right now. So definitely, if we're going to go out there and make a move with dishing out a whole bunch of money, oh, yeah, I'd go ahead and co-sign with getting Devonta Adams in here. Because, again, from what we saw this year, these Eagles need some help desperately at their wide receiver group. And Devonta Adams would elevate this whole wide receiver class. Now, let's go and be real, gang, that honestly, the Packers probably ain't letting Devonta Adams go. That's the best player on their team, minus, Aaron Rodgers might be. We don't know what he's doing yet. So definitely, I think the Green Bay Packers are letting Devonta Adams even hit the market. More than likely, they're going to franchise that man if they smart. But at the same time, if they don't do that, I expect the Eagles to be all in with at least making phone calls on what it's going to take to get Devonta Adams in here. Because
how much you think it'll take? What do you think it would take to pull a talent like that from Green Bay? Like, what do you think it take? We're willing to give 2 out of our 3 first-round picks to get, one of these quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Would you be willing to do the same thing for Devonta Adams?
Now, Devonta, again, this is a special occasion. This is a generational type of a talent. So, yes, I'm coming off of a first, if need be, to go get Devonta Adams, and I'm paying him his contract. So, yes, if we probably going to end up getting Devonta, we are going to have to do some kind of finesse, and I'm sure with Green Bay, unless they just let this man hit the market, which I don't think that's the case. They're not letting Devonta go for nothing. So, again, I don't see us just, going out there without getting nothing for Devonta. So probably it's going to take a first, and I'm willing to come off of that. So that's my mark.
I would say
I ain't coming off no 2 first rounders and none of that. So it ain't going to get ridiculous, but I definitely come off of 1.
I would go first round, number 19, and second round. Go first, second, and a second next year, just to make sure you throw some little extra cushion on there to go ahead and get Devonta Adams.
It's going to have to be a sweet deal.
Yeah.
Because, again, like Nina said in this chat right here, I'm with you on this. They definitely franchise tagging Adams because I don't see them just getting rid of their best player like that. Unless Aaron Rodgers goes, Devonta Adams more than likely will be back with the Packers. So you have to take some sweet offers. Like you said, maybe a first, maybe a second. I mean, that's probably as far as I'll go. I'm not coming off of too much draft capital because we all know, I mean, there's a lot of things. As soon as you get a player, we do got to pay Devonta Adams the bag. There's also, for whatever reason, every time a player comes to Philadelphia, they always find the injury route. So, I'm not going to splurge off a whole lot. Again, I think we should be developing our own talent in-house, but at the same time, we ain't been doing that lately. So let's bring the best route runner in the league into Philadelphia and go from there. So,
yeah.
Again, it's all depends on Green Bay.
Now we got the shark off the board, the number 1 guy. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about some other guys. You know what I'm saying? Stephen Joyce says the rumors have it that DJ Shark or Smith-Schuster the Eagles are talking to. And my opinion right off the jump is I like both of these guys. DJ Shark was on a garbage team in Jacksonville. You know what I'm saying? That's probably why his stats isn't where it needs to be. But I also seen him play on that garbage team and make some big plays. And, I'm a USC boy, so Juju Smith-Schuster is always my dog. I don't care how bad his stats has went down since he's been the number 1 guy. They just kept adding talent. He just kept dropping down that roster. You know what I'm saying? So I still think he got potential. He's a physical receiver. He's kind of big. You know what I'm saying? He can catch things in this area. And I think he's hungry to prove that he is still a top flight receiver in this game. So that'd be a good idea to pick him up. What do you think about those two?
So definitely, look, I'm gonna tell you right now. The whole who did they put on there? They put was it DJ Chark and who else was it?
Oh,
Hold on,
Juju
let me pull up.
Smith-Schuster.
And Juju. Okay, I'm more inclined to go with Juju, and the reason why, I think the Eagles have some kind of history talks with Juju. I believe they tried to get him. Maybe was it last year? Hey, Juju. Unfortunately, hey, look, he decided to go back with his home team, with his fans in Pittsburgh. That, but at the same time, Juju has reliable hands, and he definitely give us an upgrade, I believe, in the slot. When you look at our team right now, I mean, what we got Devonta Smith on the outside, Quez Watkins for him to be the man that we want him to be. But honestly, I mean, he ain't really, he's still trying to find his own way. So we can't really solidify him as no number 2. With picking up somebody like Juju, I believe he'll at least slide into a number 2 role, and he could also be a weapon in our slot. So I'm definitely more in line with going with somebody like Juju because I believe how old is he? Like 25, 26?
Yeah, he's still pretty young.
Yeah, fairly young. You can add some years to his contract. He'll be here for a little bit of time. But at the same time, again, I'm not going to go ahead and empty the bank for Juju either. Just like DJ Chark, I understand, again, that's probably one of the top tier wide receivers in his class. But again, it's going to come at a price. Juju Smith, he's commanding the bag. I'm sure DJ Chark's going to be commanding the bag either. I don't really think none of them are on that, of course, top tier level as no Devonta Adams. So I'm not breaking the bank for neither one of those. So
and really, both of them, like you said, like both of them, I don't think they can command too much. Like DJ Shark, yes, he's talented, but he hasn't really put the numbers up so they can be commanding anything. Same way with Juju. He fell down that depth chart. You had Johnson over there. You had Washington over there. You had Claypool over there. They're all beast receivers. They all were good. You know what I'm saying? And Juju was good too, but he fell down that roster, so you can't really command anything. You weren't even the starter of the team, my guy. So you can't come over here and be like, I want starter money when I wasn't the starter. But at the same time, like you said, I think Juju could slide into number 2 spot really smooth. It'll be an easy transition. Guess what? The guy probably doesn't even have to move. Pittsburgh's right over the bridge, from Philadelphia. So he can probably keep his same spot. It's more likely for him to want to probably push to go on this team because, like I said, it'd be convenient for him. You don't have to worry about changing location, moving his family. It's right over the bridge, and we are definitely going to be contenders next year. So I like you said, I'm more on board with Juju. I think he'll be a great target, and both of those guys. If we got either one of them, I wouldn't be too mad about it.
Hey, definitely. Again, Juju, in my opinion, that makes the most sense. But we want to see which way this direction, this organization decides to go. Again, we don't have a lot of Jalen Hurts' passes. When you look at his pass ratio last year, I mean, he was above average in a lot of areas, throwing the ball. But one of his deficiencies was throwing it to that left side deep down the field. For whatever reason, there was no trust there. I mean, we had players like Jalen Reagor going out there dropping balls. Oh, yeah, messing up the chemistry out there with Jalen Hurts actually throwing the ball on the field. So bringing in somebody like Juju Smith or somebody that we could trust on the left side of the field, I think that'll work. That'll work out pretty good for Jalen Hurts and his team. So, again, I'm more or less, I think the Juju makes the most sense. DJ Chark, again, he's not my biggest fan that I want up in here. Again, I know he's talented, but I need a number 2 up in here. Maybe DJ could be that. But, again, I'm really not sold on nobody in this wide receiver class beyond Devonta Adams. And there's another person I'm sure we're going to talk about here in a little bit to fit our needs. So.
This guy says Chris Godwin. Now, listen, to jump on a Chris Godwin case, you know what I'm saying? I was also thinking about that. You got to look at all the top receivers where their quarterbacks aren't coming back. You know what I'm saying? Tampa Bay's one of them. So maybe these guys are ready to head out of town. You got Juju Smith over there in Pittsburgh, Ben Roethlisberger retiring. If they don't go grab another quarterback, he probably is happy to leave. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get out of there. You might even be able to go pull, hey, if you're going to trade for somebody, you can trade for Johnson even. You know what I'm saying? Johnson's a legit receiver. That's a Pro Bowl type receiver over there where you can go pull out of there with a nice little trade to Pittsburgh. There's a lot of these teams, but about Chris Godwin, man, I wanted him a little bit, I wanted him a little bit, but then, that injury that late in the season. What up, Cat? The injury
Cool
that late in the
cat.
season, man.
What's up, fellas?
What up, my guy?
Live and lit, huh?
Live and lit,
You
always,
already
my
know
guy.
it.
Always
Live and lit. I like. It should be live and warm it up.
live and
Live
warmed
and warm
up.
it up.
No, because Notion warms it up once it gets here, my guy. He warms
Yeah,
it up once it
well,
gets here. We just live
it's
and
going to
lit.
be warmed up tomorrow. I mean, the names that Bird Gang 31 told me is coming to the show tomorrow. Notion Gang, do you got anything live tomorrow? Because it's going to be. Do you got anything live tomorrow?
Oh, you know I'm gonna be rocking with y'all fellas. You already know the vibes, man.
Yeah, we got a nice show tomorrow. That is
I
gonna
know.
be
That's why I'm
that's
asking,
gonna be
because this
live and lit for sure.
exactly. This show is going to be so big and so huge tomorrow. I'm thinking to myself, does Notion Gang got anything live tomorrow? Because we talking CJ, we talking JC Talk, we talking L Boogie with the hoodie, Thanos, Lord Brunson. We talking all these names. How is I'm?
I do it, That's what I do. I make shows happen. You
Hey,
know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to change my name from Mr. Bird Gang to Mr. Showman. Showman 31, because I
Exactly.
bring that fire when it comes to creating shows.
All these names coming to the show tomorrow. It's like, how are we going to do this within an hour? It's like, man,
Hey, I ain't got nothing to do after the show, so we gotta go a little bit longer, like an hour and a half or something like that. We definitely in there. We definitely
no
in there.
problem.
But while we got you on here, Cat, give me your. Don't say Devonta Adams. We already went on our whole Devonta Adams streak. But what receiver do you want? The number one target at receiver that you want the Eagles to bring in this year?
Calvin Ridley.
Explain.
Calvin Ridley, only because of Alabama connection. Calvin Ridley.
I thought about a sick thing. Get Calvin Ridley right. Wait till the second round and draft Mechie from Alabama. Now you got three Alabama boys that played together. They understand each other, and that'll be some great chemistry out there.
so
Yeah.
the question on
Cal-
that real quick though. Nah, and listen, I wouldn't mind having Calvin Ridley up in here either. But is Calvin Ridley a free agent? Because I think it's gonna take getting rid of, we want to get rid of some capital to do something to get rid of Calvin
We
Ridley.
might have to give him a second round pick.
I mean,
Yo, what up, yo?
What up, Big Play Slay?
what's up, big
Hey,
play?
big play, Slay.
Hey, my boy, what up, man? How you doing? I ain't seen you in a minute.
Man, my
Hey,
man,
fellas,
Big Play
I'll be right back. I'm on the train. I'll be right back. I
All
got to
right,
hit
do
the
your thing,
studio.
do your thing.
Do your thing, bro.
Yeah.
Man, I heard what y'all was talking about, the Ridley thing, man. I mean, really, I mean, if he's there, you got to go get him. I mean, he's a really good player. He can really fit with us, and he's an Alabama boy, and he worked with Jalen, so he kind of already has that connection. So I feel like that would be a really good duo with him and Devonta.
What about if you go second round and go get Mechie?
I don't know about that. I think he can fall to the fourth or third, and
No. Mechie was a first round pick. If it wasn't for Williams coming in balling out of his mind, and Mechie getting hurt, it's kind of like the whole Waddle thing.
Yeah.
Devontae got all the glory because Waddle got hurt. You know what I'm saying? But Waddle still got picked first because he was just a better talent. That's how I feel with the Mechie thing. It was Mechie's year with Waddle and Devontae leaving last year. This was Mechie's year to be the superstar of Alabama. He got hurt, and then that young cat, Williams kind of just took over.
Right, but it's a little different because we know Waddle, that he's really good. Waddle, he a dog, but it's like with Mechie, he's a really good player too. I just don't think they're gonna take him in the first round or like get to that second round because it's gonna be all defensive players, mostly defensive players in that first round. And when you get to that second round, he might be. You could take him there because of his combine, because the combine is like next week. So whatever he does in that combine with the receivers and stuff, his speed, his 40 yard dash, all that. If he does good with that, then I think he can like really rise up in the draft. But I think he's gonna be a third or second round, like late second round pick.
Right, but they got to say, he don't think Mechie gonna make it to the second round. I think it's possible he's not too. You gotta realize too, Williams is still sliding, and everybody's saying Williams first round. Williams got hurt late in the season. What was it, the championship game? He got hurt. You know what I'm saying? So he might not even be ready to start the season for real. He's talented, but he might not even be ready to start that season. Because that was the championship game where he got hurt. So what's that? The championship game was in January. Yeah, at least Mechie got hurt in the middle of the season, so he'll be a full year in by the time it comes training camp around. So I don't know. I would like that if you're gonna go. I feel like if you're gonna go you still need a bigger physical receiver. So if you're gonna go the Ridley route, that's another little guy. Like Ridley's not big, you know. He's an excellent route runner that is awesome. That will bring explosion. Now you got two guys that can't get covered 1-on-1, so that's awesome. But really played best when he had that physical receiver next to him. When Julio Jones was out there. So I don't know. You seen when Julio left, we ain't seen too much of Julio Ridley there. So we'll see how it
No, and
works.
that's why Atlanta, got Ridley. He was supposed to be the takeover for once Julio left. But again, right now, the only reason my hesitation for the whole Calvin Ridley is we don't know where he's at right now. I mean, honestly, we know he's battling some mental things. Understandable, and I'm glad he took some time and his organization supported him, for trying to get the help that he needs. But nobody knows where Calvin Ridley's at right now. And until he figures that out, I'm not really ready to just be giving up draft capital and all of that for Calvin Ridley right now. So, again, I understand the Alabama prospects because, yes, that's been the only sure thing that we can find close to receiver because we stink at developing our own talent when it comes to wide receiver in Philly. So, again, yeah, I get it. Calvin Ridley, he is polished. He does have the skill set, but for what kind of a cost? Because I'm not giving out the whole bag for Ridley either unless he comes over here on some
maybe third round pick. Because since you didn't play this year, that's a huge factor in it too. Like you had 200-something yards, my guy, last year. That ain't legit. You know what I'm saying? That's not legit at all. That's like probably fifth on our roster right now. So give him a third round for him. This is one you got to make that deal. If you don't make a deal, how are we going to do this little weaseling? If you go get Calvin Ridley on our roster for a third round pick, now you done made a great deal. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, okay, that looks a lot more sweeter than if you try to go out there and give him a first or a second round pick for him. If you gave a first for him, I'd be pissed.
I'm gonna put it this way. I don't care, in this draft, I don't care if the dude is tall, small, strong, scrawny. If he can play football, he can play football. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for players that can play football. I'm tired of these players that just can't. They have measurables and intangibles.
Yeah,
all this right, but they can't play football. I actually want a player that can play football. Like Michael Parsons last year. He might not be what you hear of him on the radar and stuff. Like he's not everyone said he was like a bad person and stuff, right? But he played football and he can definitely play football. That's what I'm looking for. And he's a nasty player too. Like that dude, he literally tackled someone in the Pro Bowl.
He wasn't playing.
That's the type of stuff that I'm looking for. I'm not looking for a player that's, he don't want to play football. I mean, he want to go on your team, but he just want to be on your team just to be on your team. And then once he gets to the team and stuff, he not really want to play and stuff.
You want that dog mentality at the receiver position.
Yes,
we keep preaching it. We don't got the players that got it.
Nastiness on this team. That's what I am looking for.
So let me ask you this, Big Play, because we over here, we trying to go over some free agents right now. We gotta, you talking about we need dogs and all of that, people that like to play football. I mean, who on this list, on this free agent list for wide receivers, do you think have that mentality? Y'all let us know in the chat too. I mean, we got what? Of course, we just talked about Devonta Adams. Now that's a dog right there. I mean, definitely that's an instant upgrade. Then we got the likes of the next tier down, which is going to be like Chris Godwin, Mike Williams. We got Odell Beckham coming off an injury.
Dude,
Michael Gallup.
OBJ was my number 2 guy for sure. Now I'm questioning it because he got hurt in that Super Bowl because now he might not even play until December. So it's like you'll be getting OBJ for the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the only downfall. If he didn't get hurt in that Super Bowl, I would be pushing the door for OBJ because you've seen what kind of plays he was making in that Super Bowl. He was going up and grabbing the ball like, this is mine. Thank you. I'll take it. And that's what kind of receivers we need. We stop looking for these guys looking for perfect passes. If you're that kind of receiver, don't even come this way. Don't come this way. We got enough of them on our roster already. We need some go-getters. Okay, that's around here. Let me go grab that. Thank you. It's mine. That's
I'm not gonna lie. I really want OBJ to stay with the Rams. Even like if the Rams can get him back on that team, I want him to stay there because I think he found a home with LA because he's getting older now, he's mature and stuff, but he actually like really wants to play there, and he just won a Super Bowl there. So I think he would be like a good fit for them, just like how he feels personally being there, and like the players that is around him, Jalen Ramsey, Cooper Kupp, Donald. I think that's a great home for him. But if you just talk about like dog receivers this year, free agency.
Yeah, who we need to bring in Philly, bro? I mean, we know we ain't gonna act like we just set up at the wide receiver spot because we not. So
right.
who is somebody you would consider bringing over here to upgrade this Eagles team?
I'm gonna say Mike Williams, or if it's Devonta, it's Devonta, but it's not gonna happen. I don't see us getting Devonta Adams. We gonna have to throw the bag at him. I'm willing to do that, but like I don't know if I'm willing to like literally just focus on him the entire free agency. But if
this big play, listen to this. You know how everybody's all clamoring to throw the bag at all these quarterbacks, and we got Jalen Hurts, man. You know what I'm saying? I can go over on and on about Jalen Hurts' story, and we're gonna actually talk a little bit quarterback a little bit later. But why not go after a guy like Devonta Smith and throw the bag at him? A quarterback's going to command way more money than a receiver. You know what I'm saying? And you probably won't have to give it up. You've seen the lights. Hopkins, what did he get traded for? Like all these top flight receivers ain't been getting traded for 2 and 3, first round picks. These guys been going for second rounders. These guys been going for even third rounders, So it's like, what do you think about the Eagles? Just, forget the quarterback, throw the bag at a receiver.
Yes, but like, I mean, I wouldn't mind throwing the bag at Devonta because like it really does help us that we have 3 first-round picks in the draft this year. Like that's amazing for us, but I don't know if some of these players is gonna pan out or not. I mean, any player in the draft, I don't know if they're gonna pan out or not. Like every player, you might hear that they're good or something like, but you might not know if they're gonna be good in the NFL. It's different between the NFL and college. It's a major difference. But I personally want to see what we can do with the money that we have in free agency this year, because it's not too many times where you're gonna get that type of money at the top line money, and you can get a lot of good players. Like there's a lot of good safeties this year in free agency. I don't think there's too many linebackers in free agency this year. That's the draft side. Defensive ends you could definitely get in the draft and free agency. Cornerbacks, I mean it's mid, but I mean I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind looking at Devonta Adams, like focusing on him through like free agency this year, but it's gonna have to take a lot though. I don't know if we're gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm kind of with again. A lot of this stuff is gonna depend solely on Green Bay because again, I don't see them just letting Devonta just walk up out of Green Bay. That's their best player without at least tagging this man. So I mean, the last time the Eagles went out and splurged on on a heavy wide receiver, I believe wasn't it Alshon Jeffrey? Everybody said, we probably didn't have a chance to go get Alshon, but hey, Howie did his thing with stretching money out, whatever he did. Hey, I'm not gonna be shocked, yes, if the Eagles go with the same approach with Devonta Adams, but at the same time, it's gonna take Green Bay having to let that man go, whatever they decide to do for us to have a chance. And I don't think that's happening. I don't think Green Bay is letting that man go.
But on that note, did you guys see Rodgers' Twitter, what he's thinking all the players play with whatnot? What if, because Rodgers don't even need to play no more. Back-to-back MVPs. He got a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? His team never is going to get us another one because he makes too much money. You're not going to be able to make their roster good enough to make, another Super Bowl push. That's why they keep making it to the playoffs. They keep doing everything there, but they're not going all the way to the Super Bowl no more. Like that's why I tell everybody, when you get these elite quarterbacks, you don't make it to the Super Bowl no more. How many elite quarterbacks besides Brady got more than one? And you see Brady throughout his career take discount, team-friendly deals to make sure he got that next Super Bowl, to make sure. A lot of quarterbacks aren't that friendly. They're like, hey, I don't care about these guys, but hey, you got to pay me my money. I'm the best. You know what I'm saying? You got these guys out there like that. So, what if they franchise him, but he holds out? But hey, I don't want to play for you guys no more. Aaron Rodgers retires. I'm done. You don't got a quarterback for me. Trade me ASAP. You know what I'm saying? Trade me ASAP. You know, then you get them on that franchise deal. You trade them over here, then you restructure that contract. Now you can push that money to the back end like how he loves to do. You know what I'm saying? Now you got a good receiver there. What do you think about it? You
So
think he would?
are you saying that even if Green Bay franchises him, you'd pay that franchise ransom for
You
Devonta
wouldn't have to
Adams?
really pay it if you got the trade done in the offseason. Before the season start, you can restructure that contract. Because the franchise tag. You know, you don't have to pay the franchise tag. The other team franchised him,
Right.
to try to keep him in it. But if you're able to work that deal out where you can trade him, now you can take that deal and say you're going to pay him. It's probably going to hit the books off the jump. You know what I'm saying? It's going to hit the books off the jump, but you restructure it and you get him to sign an extension that takes those things right off the books. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how it is. Some contracts are inflated. You can do anything with them for real, for real.
Yeesh, Bird Gang, brother, you sound like you a believer of this. Yeah, I ain't believing it. I'm going to tell you right now, I think Green Bay is getting rid of their best player. So, I don't think they're going to even let this man hit the market. I know you're talking about, quarterbacks taking discounted rates. Aaron Rodgers is not one of them quarterbacks. You talking about the discount double check king. He ain't taking no kind of discount, nothing for no Green Bay Packers. So, listen, they're going to have to figure out how to pay Aaron Rodgers and pay Devonta Adams if they want both of their services. And again, I just don't see Green Bay. If they're going to keep Aaron Rodgers, they better have Devonta Smith or Adams in-house, at least for him to throw it to. Otherwise, ain't no Devonta. You might as well cancel out Aaron Rodgers also. So, again, I don't see it happening.
They got some nice targets over there, right? But what I really look at is, like, if you do decide to pay both of these cats, who else are you going to bring back? They got some other free agents out there, some good players like Campbell, the linebacker. You know, there's some good guys over there. If you give both of these guys the bag, which they both want, you ain't going to have no money to give nobody else the bag. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to have no team. You know, you're not going back to where they make it to second round, or they were number one, right? They made it to second round because that's when they played and they were out. So you're not even making it back to that if you double bag it. You know what I'm saying? You double bag that, you ain't making it back to the divisional round, my guy.
Hey, look, as much as I love me some Devonta Adams, and that would be a dream come true, I'm kind of with Big Play Slay. I think the more realistic approach, somebody like Mike Williams, who I also think, listen, I got high thoughts on him, even though I think his are kind of sus sometimes, but he can't be any worse than what we saw from Jalen Reagor and JJ stinking Arthur-Whiteside. So give me somebody like Mike Evans or Mike Williams. I'm not really the biggest fan of people like Chris Godwin. Just like, put him in the same boat as Michael Gallup. Both coming off an injury. I think Chris Godwin tore his ACL or what is it, MCL, whatever one he tore in like October. He's going to need some recovery time. Michael Gallup, I believe, is coming off of an injury. So I'm not really with the whole bringing in, the injured reserve projects and seeing how they come back. Because, again, I think, hey, in order to improve this team, we need some help at this wide receiver position, and we need an impact now. So I'm not buying this whole letting players recover, while we paying out years ahead, because I think Chris Godwin's going to need some time. Again, Odell Beckham, he just tore his ACL. He's going to need some time. Michael Gallup, he's coming off an injury. Mike Williams makes a lot of sense to me. So I'm kind of with you on that Big Play. Give me Mike Williams over here. Hey, I think that'll be okay if we don't get somebody like Devonta Adams.
What about Allen Robinson? Just Blaze says. Well, how y'all feel about Robinson?
I wouldn't mind Robinson, but another thing a lot of people have to understand is just based off of like the system that Nick Sirianni comes from, the rules that he comes from, you don't really see coaches like him, Frank Reich, and I don't even think the Bears' new head coach, he from the close tree, the little tree they got over there with Frank Reich. They're not one of those type of like people to just like go throw the bag at any player like that's big. Like they just gonna go look at players that no one really knows about. Like, I mean, Anthony Harris, we knew about him last year. We knew about him. Some people didn't know about him. He was a baller back then with the Vikings. Who else did we get last year? We didn't have no money, but we didn't like really look at players that were like big time players because
that's what we need.
You
see the playoffs.
Cap strap, yes, last year.
Yeah,
we ain't had the money.
Yeah, we didn't have the money. We got it. We got to use it. You know,
We
we seen the playoffs. Those legit teams, both of those teams had some nice rosters over there. You know, the receiving core on the Bengals was legit. You know, that defense on the Bengals was legit. You know, we need to go get some of these star players. Like the Rams is super legit. That was an all-star team out there in that Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So what up? Chalk it up. Much love, my
hey,
My
guy.
man
Tony
Dro,
the
yes,
Shield,
sir.
you guys. Go subscribe to
I
my guy. Chalk it up
what
sports, doing
up,
big things.
what up, man?
You know, we need to have that kind of team to compare to these guys. You know, no more sitting there trying to develop these players. No more getting these, you know, mid-tier players. We need impact players.
Yep.
Plug and play starters legitly. Not, okay, you know, he started on that team, so we're going to bring him over and see what he can do. No, if he wasn't the star of that team, don't bring him over to this team. That's what kind of mode I feel like we're in. You never know when the Eagles are going to have three first-round draft picks. You never know when the Eagles are going to have 3 first-round draft picks with this kind of capital. This is the year to go all in if you're a smart GM and go build your team that you need to build. You know, we got 6 out of the top 60 players in the draft, meaning you can get 4 starters and 2 contributors out of those 6 if you pick the right players. Meaning you also got cap space to come in and make some legit impact player moves this year. You know, that's why I tell everybody, I think if Howie does his job, we in the chip next year. That's how good I think we are. Because we were a suspect team, and we made it to the first round of the playoffs, being suspect. You add some legitness to that, we there.
My only thing is, I'm not trying to build like how the Rams did. I'm not
It makes
trying
them
to
both.
right.
You know, everybody's like, you don't want to build like the Rams, or do you want to draft like the Bengals?
No, I'm
It's
trying
like
to build like
this
the
year.
Bengals.
You get to do both. This is the only year. Like, this is a unique situation that people really need to wrap their heads about. Usually, if you got 3 first-round picks, you sucked. Right. You know? And you probably don't have no money. And even if you have money, your team is so depleted that you're going to have to buy whatever free agents you can to add it to make it competitive. We are already a competitive football team. You know what I'm saying? We showed that this year with the roster. Plus, think of the year 2 jumps. Johnson played good on that defensive line. Jackson played good on that defensive line. Milton Williams played good on that defensive line. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are all guys going into year 2 now. You know, you got guys like Quez is going to get better next year. Devonta is going to get better next year. Goddard's going to get better. We have a lot of young talent that's definitely going to develop. You've seen the jump that Jack Driscoll and Herbert made from last year when they were suspect on that line to it didn't matter who went down this year. They all played good football on the offensive line. Right. This year, you know what I'm saying? The jump of year 2 to year 3 plus having top, 6 out of top 60 and some money. Now, that's a huge difference. Like, you can do both. You can go Ram style, go buy you the top-notch type players, bring them on a roster, then turn around in a draft with your 6 top 60 players, and, have some players to grow for years to come.
I'm going to put it this way, though. I'd rather build like the Bengals did, because what the Bengals did, look, they held Patrick Mahomes to 3 points in one half. They held them to 3 points in a whole half and overtime. So they held them to 3 points twice. They didn't even let them score. They gave him 21 points, but that was on Eli Apple. We know he sucks. We know Eli Apple sucks. But we have to understand that the Bengals, they did it the right way. They got some players through free agency that fit their scheme. They got players through the draft that can help them. They still need an offensive line, right? That's one position away from actually winning them a championship. Mm-hmm. What the Rams did was they clearly all went in. They traded for their quarterback. They got a receiver this season. They got a linebacker, who's been to the Super Bowl, Von Miller. And then you look at what they did. They traded for Ramsey a couple years ago. Obviously, we all knew at some point this team had to win a Super Bowl. But one thing you have to understand is when you go grocery shopping, you can't just literally get everything, because you also have to understand you also have like a debt, right? You can like get certain things, but you don't want to like literally overspend on your credit card and stuff. But what you have to understand is if you go into free agency and just go in the mindset of I'm gonna overspend and I'm get players through the draft, but I'm just gonna overspend through free agency. That's just not going to work, because you have to understand what comes down the line with it. You got to understand how we did the last couple of years. a Super Bowl, right? We had a Super Bowl. That was when Wentz was at an all-time high, right? But what happened after that? We sucked. I mean, we did all right in 2018. We did solid in 2019. We went to the playoffs. We got knocked out of the first round. And then what came after that? 2024 and 12. We had to go get a new head coach. We had to go get a new quarterback. We already had one in 2020. So I'm not gonna overspend through free agency unless I have to.
But the biggest difference is you don't have to overspend. Guess what? Because all the positions, like this is, like I said, back to saying it's a unique situation. Free agency got all the top players in the positions we need: receiver, safety, cornerback, linebacker. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where you can really dig in and find some really key players to add to the team. And the draft also got the same positions. So in free agency, you can just go, I'm going to say he's like, okay, I'm going to go draft one of these top 3 linebackers. Either I'm going to get Dean, Lloyd, or Harris, right? But then you're like, I'm going to pair him up with one of these free agent linebackers. You know what I'm saying? But I got 3 first-round picks. So let me go ahead and grab me a receiver here, and I'm going to grab me a cornerback here. Like you can really make a perfect plan so where it's not like you're overspending and free agent, but you are getting key players that you need that can come in and make impact. Like that's what I said. Like the situation is really rare, to be honest. Like I don't know a team ever to be in a situation that the Eagles are in right now, where you got all these great draft picks, plus you got a little bit of money to go shopping with. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I say it comes down to Howie. If Howie goes and executes his plan, whatever the plan is, if he executed it right, we can be gold on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wow, look at these big free agents we added up. That took care of some problems, and we take care of the rest of the problems in the draft.
I mean, listen, I just want to chime in real quick because I hear a lot of this talk, and it sounds like we trying to compare ourselves to the Rams or something, and we are not the Rams. We are not, just going out here. I don't see us just splurging on free agents like that, and just all of a sudden next year we're going to, be competitive for a Super Bowl. No, in order for us to compete for a Super Bowl title, we're going to have to start learning how to develop our own talent. Yes, we should be active. We should be active with picking up some of these free agent players. But again, I mean, looking at this free agent class, there's not really a whole lot of just top tier elite talent. Besides, I mean, there's a few we can go over. But at the same time, listen, ain't none of these players, they all about to be free agents for a reason for the most part. So I'm not going all heavy in, just purchasing every free agent out there. We need to do also a good job with drafting and developing our own talent in-house. Because, again, there's wide receiver talent out there. There's linebacker talent if we decide to go for it. We know we got holes at DN we need to look for. There's a whole slew of positions that we need help with that I don't think just going out and splurging in free agency is going to solve our problems. The Rams were in a unique situation because they have been all in for since the last time they went to the Super Bowl. So, look, they had to do what they had to do with them trading and getting their quarterback and all kind of other roster moves, pulling in Odell Beckham, getting, Von Miller, things like that. Hey, that's a whole different scenario. And I don't think the Eagles, unfortunately, right now, we're in that boat. I mean, we're still trying to figure out who our quarterback is, what our team is pretty much made of. So I'm not going this whole free agency route, just splurging, spending on all these top dollar free agents. Unless your name is Devonta Adams and the Packers let them slip, I'll go for that. But everybody else, hey, it's straight up discount season. That's how I'm looking at it.
I want to say one more thing.
Come on, Birdman. You come up here. The link is inside of the chat.
That's gonna be amazing talk right there.
Come inside, Birdman. I always like all the smoke, my guy.
Right.
I love all the smoke.
I want to say one thing right
Come bring it.
I don't really feel like we deserve to be in the playoffs this year. As much as I like what we did, I really don't even think we deserve to be in there. I think we beat a lot of bad teams. I mean, Washington, they weren't that good. The Giants, we played Jake Fromm, Mike Glennon, bums. And then we played the Saints. They had, what's his name? Trevor. I don't even remember his name. Trevor something. And then we played the Broncos. They were decent. They beat the Cowboys that week, both the prior week, but they still weren't good. this entire year. So I felt like we beat a lot of bad teams to get into the playoffs, but I just personally feel like we didn't deserve to be in the playoffs. So all this playoff talk with like, like consistently being in the playoffs, we have to beat a lot of good teams for us to like really be back in there.
Next year, our schedule is cupcake easy, my guy. Like we thought this year, like everybody
play the
does
Cardinals,
favorable, bro.
It ain't. The Colts, we play a lot of good teams next year. I'm not even gonna lie.
But you can only play who's in front of you. So
yeah, you only can play.
The Cowboys benefited from playing bad teams too.
Yep.
Not just the Eagles and the Giants, but and Washington. We also had a lot of bad teams we played against. So, you can only play who's in front of you. You can't play anyone else. So you did your job against these bad teams while the other teams didn't do their jobs, which is why you got in, which is why we got in.
That's very true.
Yeah.
I just personally feel like we didn't deserve to be there. But if we beat one good team next year or like consistently do it, I think we've made it. And we could say we're going to consistently be there. But I just don't think right now, like we could be at the point where we're going to say we're going to be consistently there until we really beat teams like the Rams in our
But if you don't play those guys, big play slay, you don't have to worry about beating them.
Next year. That's a good team right there. If we beat them, then we might be different on this situation.
The Rams about to go to shit though.
Yeah, they're about to be trash.
That's true.
They got a lot of free agents. So does the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They got a lot of free agents coming up this year. Both their running backs, the receiver, their tight ends are all on free agents. Like this, there could be wholesale going on in the league this year. You know,
and
the wholesale.
And with the speculation of Aaron Rodgers retiring, there's all this crap going on. What he posted on his Instagram of what he's been saying. So, it looks like maybe the NFC next year is up for grabs.
I think it is.
Absolutely.
Hey, shout out to Boys for Life for stopping in. What up, my guy? We didn't even say
not much, man. Thank you for having me.
Salute to my G with that ugly star on your head, bruh.
Didn't you have to wear that? Didn't you have to wear that logo for a week?
That's
Philly
right,
Potion. Tell him, no, it was Philly Potion that wore that. It wasn't
Philly Potion ain't have nothing to do with that. Philly Potion straight up disowned me for a whole hot week, so it's all good. It's all good. They got that one off. Enjoy y'all season glory, because y'all know, hey, listen, ain't gonna be next year. So, hey, we already know. Hey, when was the last time we had a division repeat champ? It's been. I don't think Dallas is doing it next year. So enjoy y'all's little run that y'all had this year, but we're gonna see how y'all built this come next year.
Hey, Boys for Life, who do you think are the top free agent? Because I think we're kind of cutting it short even with free agents and draft pick. We're forgetting about, like I said earlier, like players on teams that you might want to get. What about a Michael Thomas? Go trade for a guy like Michael Thomas, bringing him on the roster. Because the Saints ain't doing nothing with him. You know what I'm saying? What about even Boys for Life team there? Coop. You might be able to go pull Coop out of Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Like, what about something like that? Who do you think are the top free agents coming into this season? This offseason.
Well, for our team, depending on who we re-sign, what's about to go down, you have Leighton Vander Esch about to be maybe hitting the open market because we didn't pick up his fifth-year option because I think that was like 12 mil or 50. It was an expensive fifth-year option. So he's going to be out there. Michael Thomas is going to be out there. I'm not even isn't Odell Beckham going to be out there, right? Was he on a 1 year?
But he got hurt in the Super Bowl, my guy.
I understand that.
He might be ready till December.
Yeah. Well, Cam Akers tore his fucking Achilles and was ready 5 months later. So, it's a different deal, but still.
It's true.
To be honest with you, I'm not even sure who's a free agent. I haven't even been keeping up with that stuff lately as far as free agency. But as far as the Cowboys go, we have a lot of 1 year contracts that we had out this year. And it's going to be tough to bring some guys back, especially with us being, I think we were $15-16 million over the cap.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, of course you're not into the free agency right now because y'all can't be. Y'all ain't getting no free agent talent. Y'all worried about
like us
all
last
y'all
year
players
when we were 70 over the cap.
But let's be real here. Let's be real here. The Cowboys have never been one of those teams to do that to begin with. bring in that big name or those big Cowboys have never
Amari?
been. That was a trade. That wasn't in free agency. That was a trade. That was a trade. And that was surprising that even happened because the last time we did anything like that was when we had a wholesale and we gave a shitload of our draft picks for Roy Williams. The wide receiver.
I remember that.
I was sitting at I had a baseball practice. I was in college and I had a baseball practice and I'm just there watching. We're talking and someone said the Cowboys traded for Roy Williams. I was all, say what? What'd they give up? And it was like 3 first-round draft picks or some crazy shit, man. I was like, oh, hell, man. Fuck that.
Y'all got hit with the with Roy or with Roy, but I mean, again, I don't expect the Cowboys to be, I don't expect y'all to be active in free agency this year. But at the same time, I mean, there's some players that, personally, I don't want none of these Cowboys. I don't need none of y'all's bad juju. Y'all keep all that nonsense over there in Dallas. I don't care if Amari Cooper hits the market. I don't want him in Philly. I don't want a near Cowboy, representative coming over here. Last time we had a Cowboy, I think, member on this team. Who was it?
Scandrick. Scandrick and Murray.
Yeah,
and
Murray. All of them. Straight up failed.
Trash.
None of them. I don't want none of that bad juju. So, yeah. Again,
DeMarco Murray wasn't trash. He just wasn't used right. Chip Kelly was using him east and west. He is a north and south kind of run you over guy.
A downhill runner. But again, we know y'all got some agents coming off this year, like you mentioned, Leighton Vander Esch. I mean, we need help at the linebacker position, but I ain't that desperate.
Randy Gregory.
That's a big one.
Yes, you got Gallup coming free.
Gallup, but he's off of injury right now too. Torn, what was it, ACL, MCL? It was one of those. So, I mean, he's not going to be ready.
Exactly. Yeah. So, again, hey, look, y'all keep y'all players over there in Dallas. I don't expect us to be active with none of that. But, again, it wouldn't shock me, if – hey, look, I mean, we might – well, don't y'all got a decision to make with – who is it, your DA Lawrence?
Yeah, I'm getting. Look,
I might take somebody like that. Give me somebody on your line, maybe somebody like
you
Lawrence.
Want Lawrence? Take Lawrence.
I don't know.
Overrated. Take him. He is not worth the $20 million a year. Take him off my hands, man.
Yeah, DeMarcus Lawrence. I'd rather take Gregory first.
And I don't want Zeke either. Let me go put that out there too. I don't want Zeke if he goes to free agency. No.
The only way Zeke's gonna get back to what he was is if we go and draft one of these big offensive linemen coming into this draft this year. You have Zion Johnson, you have Lindenbaum, right, the center. You have Kenyon Green out of Texas A&M, 6'5", like 300 and something pounds, guard. Like this guy is left guard. You need to watch some of his film. That guy opens up holes for your running back.
What I heard about you guys is you guys thinking about drafting another linebacker.
That's what I've been hearing a lot of, but...
Can you imagine that? You already went and drafted Parsons, who was an absolute beast last year. Now you go grab another one of these absolute beasts. Like, you imagine pairing Parsons up with a, Lloyd.
Or Nakobe Dean. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not cool. It's not cool.
And then you got
Joe Cool in the linebacking group. But hey, look, let's not act like Dallas ain't just wasting talent out there. Stop playing right now, boys for life. Like y'all ain't just milking all the talent out there. Again, y'all got players like Zeke Elliott, out here overpaid. You got Amari Cooper out here getting paid the bag. Dak Prescott over here holding your team hostage. So
he is.
Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, until y'all figure out that financial balance in Dallas, y'all are going to continue to be talent wasters. And I don't see no difference. Hey, what's going to happen to Micah Parsons and from what's happening to Zeke Elliott to what's happening with Amari Cooper? Y'all ain't doing nothing. So, hey, look, I do expect y'all to probably beef up your your linebacking group, and that'll be a scary combo. But at the same time, y'all ain't nobody in Dallas. Y'all about to waste whatever talent y'all bring up in there, and I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah. So we went through receivers, or did we get to all the receivers? Who other receivers? You know what I'm saying? What do you guys think about that? trading for a guy like that. I seen that comment in the chat earlier. He was like, the New Orleans Saints are going wholesale. They're $70 million over the cap. You know, so that means there's a lot of players on this Saints roster. You know, which was good.
They're gonna ask for a first round draft pick from the Eagles for Thomas.
I'll give him a first for Thomas.
We gotta have a quarterback who can throw the ball to him, though.
We got one. Is he elite? Is he the best thrower on the field in the league? No, but we got a quarterback to get it there. You know, and when you got a receiver like Thomas, you just got to throw it in his area. You gonna go grab that ball.
No, but he showed signs of being a diva. So I don't know, man. I don't know if you want that on your team. You know what I mean?
I want him. Hey, what about you, Dos? You want Michael Thomas in a trade?
Not for no first. I'm not giving up a first for Michael Thomas.
Even for like the 19th
No,
pick?
not a first. I would
Michael
give up
Thomas? He was like the best receiver in the league.
Yeah, was until he hit injury, and then we got to see how he returns. I'm not spending no first on a head scratching project or a head scratching. I don't know what you about to possibly bring to this team. If I'm giving up a first, the only person I'm giving it up for is probably going to be Devonta Adams. Besides that, oh no, I'm not coming off of no draft capital for project players that need to show a rebound season. So
what about
yes,
second?
I'd consider a second for Michael Thomas to make y'all happy. Yes, he is still an upgrade over all wide receivers, but I'm not giving up the first. Not for no round type of a year. We got to see it. So I'm not buying that. Hey, look, if we had to free agency, no, probably not. That's what I'm saying. That's a wishful thinking type of move. Green Bay ain't letting that man go. But again, like you said, I'd be looking at some of these fire sale teams. So I mean, I'd even honestly be looking at somebody like the Bucks. What's it going to take to get Mike Evans up out of there? Ooh, I don't know. But I'd make that phone call. That's all I'm saying.
Now you're talking. Big physical receiver. Now you're talking. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you got all these teams that got their legit quarterbacks leaving. It's like, go attack those teams. You know, what happened to Kyler Murray retires to go play professional baseball? So they say he's talking about doing that. You know?
Really? He's talking about doing that?
You know, Kyler Murray, when he was in a draft, he had already got drafted from baseball first. So he's like thinking about going and go play baseball instead of playing football. You know, he'd already deleted all of his Arizona social media, you know? So who knows?
I want to know what happened there. I really want to know what happened there, why he's doing all that stuff.
I think he might because he's going to go play baseball. You make more money in baseball.
Oh, I know you do. There's no salary cap in baseball.
Yeah, it's a lot more healthier for you. You're not getting hit up every single week. You know what I'm saying? That's a smart business decision, if you ask me. If you can go you can go there and still start, you know, before your arm gets messed up from football. Go out there and still pitch.
Yeah.
You know?
Hold up. Let me go and respond real quick. I see my man Mark G going off he going ham on me in the chat right now. Thomas ain't no project. Listen, I'll give him that. This man, he did have a very high reception type of a year, and I retract on that. He's not a project, but he is on a prove it type of a year. We haven't seen this man all year last year. So again, we got to see what he's going to bounce back and do. So again, that was the wrong word choice. He ain't no project, but he is on a rebound year, and we don't know what to expect from Michael Thomas. So,
again, well, you know, once he gets on the field, I feel like when you're elite, you can get hurt and come back and be elite again. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're already there. You know, you might lose a small step coming back from injury like that, but you're still an elite receiver. Those skills don't just go away from injury.
I mean, all right. So okay. So since you're saying ain't nobody, you don't lose, I guess, a step once you get injured. I mean, you do got players like what I thought didn't Allen Robinson get injured at a point in time? I could have sworn he got injured. When he was with Jacksonville?
But Allen Robinson ain't never been elite.
I mean, he was pretty decent at the time.
He was good.
Yeah,
it's kind of like, to me, DJ Shark was good. Allen Robinson good. Mike Williams were good. None of these receivers has been elite. Kirk was good. OBJ was elite from stages of his career. You know what I'm saying? He was elite with the Giants, then he kind of fell off, and he was elite, then he kind of fell off, and then this year he came back being elite again.
AJ Green, wasn't he elite? I thought this man was elite.
But he got old.
You know, when he was in Cincinnati. Yes, he was.
I said, but he got old. That's his problem.
He got hurt too. And since he got hurt, he ain't been the same. So, look, all I'm saying is I'm not spending all of this, all of this crazy money or, giving up draft capital for players coming off back trying to show a rebound year. Michael Thomas is in that boat to me, and he's got to prove to the league that he's even worth a first round pick at this point in time. So I'm not, no. Maybe a second, yes, I'd do that for Michael Thomas.
But number
I ain't
19,
giving up
though.
the first round draft capital.
Number 19.
But who would you be drafting at number 19 if you even gave up? And it's just a notion because Bergang's over here throwing up number 19. So who would you even draft at 19?
I mean,
I guess the better question: do you think Burks or Drake is better than Michael Thomas?
Exactly. I'm taking somebody like Drake London. Yes, I'll take that man in a heartbeat in the first round. Because again, I think he fits the mold that the Eagles want to run. We don't have a big body, possession receiver that we need up in here. So yes, I'm drafting somebody like that and developing our own internal talent, even though I know that's something we can't do in Philadelphia. But at the same time, I mean, yeah, I'm not giving up no first round draft pick. I'm sorry for none of these wide receivers in this draft class or in this free agent class besides Devonta Adams. And that's where it's at.
What about you, Birdman? You giving up the number 19 pick for Michael Thomas? Shout out to you, Birdman. Welcome.
Yeah, I would do it just because, Howie won't have to pay anybody for that. He just got to pay whatever it is, but he won't have to pay a first round money. So I guess that would make a little sense there because right now, if we just look at it, we're only going to get the 2 first round picks, which is 15, 16. He's keeping that 19 in his back pocket because he don't believe in Hurts. And if everything goes south, he's going to use that trade equity to get a quarterback here. That's why.
But you don't need to do that. Everybody that say that about
I'm
Hurts.
not saying I'm doing it. That's what he's doing. He's playing the safeguard.
No, he already said Hurts is the man.
Yeah, he says a lot of shit. But
he already said it. And everybody that say, you want to keep that 19 pick.
He's the man right now. Deshaun Watson gets out of the massage.
I don't even want Watson. He can stay wherever he's at. He's trash.
Y'all going to trade up anyway to get a quarterback. Y'all going to trade up 2 first.
We're not trade up get a quarterback. You smoke.
Stop it.
Smoke.
Hey, Bergen, you wish Deshaun Watson was on your Madden team right now. You'd be
no, I don't. I don't even play with him. I would not even play with him. Listen, why do you guys want a loser? Okay? I don't care about what number you talk about. He was on the Texas. He had 4,000 yards pass. Good job, my guy. When he first started, he had the best receiver in the game in Hopkins. He had Fuller. He had all these weapons over there, but they were still winning 4 games at a time. Like, why you want a loser on your team?
If you're talking all that about Slim Reaper, he's this and that, and we're going to get another receiver in here, then
I said it from the jump. Devonta Adams is good. Devonta Smith is good.
You'll get a quarterback that'll actually throw the ball to Slim Reaper because
did he break the receiver record this year?
You know what?
Did he? Jaden got him the ball. He broke a record that hasn't been broken for a while.
Yeah, can't see him. He needs to go get some eye surgery. That dude is blind. Can't see nothing.
Birdman, name me another quarterback that their first year starting did better than Hurts.
Nick Foles.
Not in his first year.
Wow. That's
you really can't. Like, there's only a few in the history of football. In the whole history. NFL's been around for hundreds of years.
A running back.
You can't even name me a quarterback that's had a better first year than Jalen Hurts.
The NFL has caught up to the running quarterback. It ain't gonna work. Lamar Jackson tried it, shut that shit down. Cam Newton tried it, that shit got shut down. Who else is running these days? Hurts, he went in the playoffs, shut that shit right down.
Look what happened to Dak. Look what happened to Dak. Look what happened to Dak.
But listen, the playoffs had nothing really. Yeah, Hurts had a bad game. Our team was not good enough to compete against those teams. It's a team to win a Super Bowl. All these elite quarterbacks you guys talk about, name me a elite quarterback that won a Super Bowl last.
If Russell Wilson was on this team, that game is way better. And
Russell Wilson had a shittier year than Hurts, and he had better talent.
Yeah, he
Who's
also
in
better
a better
talent?
coaching
he also
staff,
had an
in a
injury.
better scheme,
He
and
also had an
everything better.
injury.
He had DK. He had all these players that you guys want in the Eagles,
It's
but he
falling
had
apart in
3,100 yard
Seattle.
passing. Jalen Hurts
It's
had
falling
3,100 yard
apart.
passing. He missed
He
2
don't
games.
want to
Jalen
play in
Hurts missed some
Seattle.
games.
He don't want to. If you don't want to play in your team no more, you want out. If Dak Prescott plays like shit one more time, he don't want to play in Dallas no more. There's a time when in a place where the quarterback doesn't want to take the blame anymore. If Dak Prescott blows it one more
And I
time,
don't want no quitter.
what's up?
I won't want no quitter on my team anyway. Don't come cry about me when you got better talent. You can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like Jalen Hurts, first year, 23 years old. Russell Wilson's been in the league for how long? And how many Super Bowls has he got? He got 1.
One, and he been at 2.
And he didn't even win that with his arm. He won that because they had the best defense in football and Marshawn Lynch running that rock all over people. That wasn't a Russell Wilson. Oh, he threw them to the Super Bowl. When Russell Wilson tried to win with his arm,
Eli Manning is a sorry quarterback, and he got 2 Super Bowls.
That's when he lost with the Super Bowl. When he tried to do it with his arm. Russell
Wilson is better than Eli Manning. Easy.
Yeah, see, this ain't even a realistic conversation. And we talked about this last week, Bird Gang. Again, listen, Jalen Hurts' confidence, I can't even knock it. This man is one of the most confident quarterbacks probably in the league. I will give him that. But there ain't no way we can sit up here and make some kind of comparison versus Russell Wilson and Jalen Hurts. Because honestly, again, Russell Wilson has an arm. Let's gonna make that clear. That's why I'm gonna tell you what, Jalen Hurts needs a lot more polishing of the arms, I guess, skills versus Russell Wilson. And Russell Wilson did get his team to the Super Bowl from his arm talent that he had out there. It wasn't just the defense.
He didn't. They had the best defense in football, like in history.
They did, but his arm complimented him, bro. Let's not.
And he lost it when they went on. They didn't give the ball to Marshawn Lynch. They let Russell Wilson try to be the superstar that everybody think he is. He threw a pick on the goal line, my guy. They didn't win no Super Bowl from Russell.
But how do you think they got there to that year, bro? Why do you think they gave
beast mode, running over 14 people?
Why did they give him that opportunity?
Touchdowns for them to do it.
They believed in his arm like that. That's why.
Russell Wilson is a Hall of Famer, and he ain't even done yet.
I don't even know.
What do you mean not?
I'm not sitting here saying that Jalen cannot be.
Russell Wilson got to the Super Bowl with his arm with less talent at the wide receiver position. He did.
Amen, brother.
Less talent?
Yes.
You think Lockett was bad? Burleson was bad? Those guys were playing like they were
Lockett is an average wide receiver. Go look at his stats. Go look at his stats. Go look at his stats. Average wide receiver.
Always tell the full story. Lockett was always clutch for Russ at the end of the game.
Okay, that's great. Clutch. That's fine. You can be clutch all you want. But what I'm saying is if you go look at the longevity of his career, he's average. He is average. Lockett is average. Percy Harvin was only around for a few years. Average. Russell Wilson has never
really that much to win that Super Bowl. They had the best defense. That's what won them the Super Bowl. It wouldn't come down to the last play of the game if it was all about the offense because they would have lit up the scoreboard. They didn't do that. The defense kept them in all those games. You had Sherman in his prime.
Russell Wilson had to get them down the field. That wasn't defense. That was
at the end of the day. Did they win that Super Bowl? No, they didn't.
Yeah, because they blew.
At the end of the day, did they put the pressure on Russ Wilson try to spin a narrative that Super Bowls get run in the air, whatever this passing lead stuff you want to talk about? You know, they put it in his hands and he did not come through. He threw a horrible pick. Everybody know their mama know they should have ran the ball to Marshawn Lynch because he was on fire that whole playoffs. And that was definitely a Marshawn Lynch time to give him the ball so he can run 2 yards in.
Well, yeah, why wouldn't you give Marshawn Lynch the ball at the 2 yard line? I mean, why wouldn't you give any big running back like that at the ball at the 2 yard line with that much time? That's on the coaches. That ain't on Russell Wilson for making.
He threw it, didn't he? He threw it.
Yeah, he threw it. I mean, that's the play, right?
Voice for life. Look, if they said you got to build around the quarterback, right? And I want to believe that the Dallas Cowboys did that. How much better do you want the defense played as good I mean, when has the defense played like that? It's been a minute. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They were good at turnovers. They weren't a good defense.
Your offense is like one of the best offenses in the NFL. Okay. So the whole thing is build around Dak. Do this for Dak. Okay. Guess what? You guys did that. And what happened? Dak decided to ice himself because he still had 2 plays, if you think about it. That play that he did, or whoever called it up, if you want to blame McCarthy for calling it up, but at the end of the day, that was Dak. The Dallas Cowboys should have never been in that position to lose against the Niners. Like, that was a total meltdown. That should have never happened. With that talent you guys have. Okay, so my point being is you put all this talent around Dak, and now what? Now who are you going to blame now? And I hear what you're saying about Dak. Like, after that loss, I think we can kind of say that Dak is just not going to get to the Super Bowl. I don't know what it is, but he I don't know if it's the organization thing that giving the players too much or whatever, but he has more than enough to get there. Now, Jalen is far from Dak. Dak is more developed than everything. I believe he's a better quarterback. And look at all the numbers. You could do all the stats and all that. So Jalen's not even close to that. So how are we going to just build around him? And Burt Gangler are saying we're going to the Super Bowl next year. How are we going to build around him if he's not even close to what?
Listen, you're comparing a 23-year-old first-year starter to a guy that's been in the league for 5 years. Listen, time is what makes you a better quarterback. Like I said before, 100 times before, no quarterback comes in the league knows how to beat defenses, period. That's just a play, period. Why you think defensive coordinators love rookie quarterbacks?
Look what Joe Burrow just did in his second season, second year in the league, coming off of a ACL injury.
But he played some.
Super Bowl. The man can read defenses.
No, he had his college partner, and they were homies, and they knew how to fucking play football together. That was what happened.
Jalen Hurts
lit it up.
Jalen Hurts knows Devonta. What happened there? He couldn't see him on the damn field.
Huh? And they had a good defense in the Bengals. The Bengals defense is way better than ours.
He still can't see him on the field, and he can't find him when he's open. You can see.
Listen, and then you're saying like this. And also, there obviously are, some, freaking, like he said, Burrows was the number 1 overall pick. Burrows is in a different league. There's not all these quarterbacks. You act like there's 32 of those Burrowses in the league. There's only one that come around every now and then. You get that one player that is a deception. So yeah, okay. Now this last draft, Burrows is an exception on the last year's draft. Whatever. Hurts his number, a 2nd round pick. He's not a 1st round pick. He's a 2nd round pick. Wasn't even supposed to start. He started and he still had. He was Toyota Player of the Year, and he was all.
He hasn't even beat Dak Prescott. He hasn't beat Daniel Jones, and he barely beat some bums from the Commanders. He can't even win in the division right now. He can't even win in the division. And this division is going to get better. We haven't even beat Dallas. Come on.
Is it?
What?
It's going to get better?
Of course it. Look,
Dallas, we just talked to boys life.
If Jimmy G goes to the Commanders,
a lot of players.
We're losing.
Washington's garbage. We swept them this year. I don't think they're going to get that much better this year. Unless they go get Russell Wilson.
Washington's trying to
deal with 20 cases of COVID, dude, and you got a guy from Stater Brothers that was the quarterback. Come on,
we played them twice. We didn't just play them once. We played them twice. They weren't rigged.
Jalen didn't look that good. Barely beat them.
Did we win?
Beat them. Barely.
Yeah.
And they didn't know about winning.
Washington's trying to ship out Chase Young, from what I heard. They're trying to trade him to the Texans.
I still can't respect this name from the team, man. I still can't put no respect on this name. Every time I hear the Commanders or the Commander, like I think of the word Commando, which I think ain't that like a team running around naked or something. I don't even know. But look, the Commanders, I don't know the team. But yeah, look, Jalen Hurts. I cannot put this man again in the
only
same
one
category.
Quarterback in their first year, Dan Marino, and he never even won a Super Bowl.
Look, Jalen Hurts again. He has this skill set to possibly grow into be one of these elite quarterbacks, throwing the ball. But right now, it's not there. I can't even fake that. I know what I saw this year, and yes,
but it's not about faking it. It's just about understanding the way football works. You have to develop. You got billion-dollar defensive coordinator is trying to make sure that he throw confusion at you. That's why I said no first-year quarterbacks do it. That's why even there's only been one, Dan Marino, to do it. Even Peyton Manning, one of the best quarterbacks ever, was 16 for 16. Jalen didn't have 16 interceptions. He only had 9. 9 turnovers for a guy in his first year.
Had 0 touchdowns, and Jalen Hurts had 10 rushing touchdowns. That says a lot right there.
What you say? Peyton Manning had 16 interceptions, 16 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts had 16 touchdowns, 3,100 yards with 10 touchdowns rushing.
Didn't Peyton Manning his rookie year have like 20-something interceptions?
He had his first one, I think it was 16.
You see true quarterbacks
16
like
and
Russell
16.
Wilson. This man is actually
that's Peyton Manning, my guy. So that shows you that you don't just come in here balling. That doesn't happen. Like people need to get off their island. He should have been the Superman guy that no quarterback ever has been.
Look, I give
Russell Wilson real quick.
You need time to learn defenses.
Hey, boys for life. I give Dak Prescott a lot of shit because I say he gets a lot of trash can yards, which he plays his best in the fourth quarter when he needs 3 damn touchdowns. And Jalen Hurts did the same goddamn thing. When the defense let up, Jalen Hurts like, oh, I'm going to ball out. Oh, I'm going to run for my life. You have to do that in the first and second quarter. You don't wait to the fourth quarter. A lot of those yards are garbage-ass yards.
Every quarterback got garbage yards, my guy.
Oh, hey, hold on.
Jalen got a shitload of them.
Peyton Manning had 28 interceptions his rookie
season. Was it 28?
Yeah.
Even worse.
28 interceptions and 26 touchdowns.
Oh, so maybe it was 26 and 28. Yeah. That's even worse. 28 interceptions from one of the greatest quarterbacks ever to play the game.
But he was on one of the worst teams in the league at that point in time.
I'm coming for that chain, Bird Gang. That chain back there it's coming back here. Once I prove you wrong, that chain coming over here. I want that.
Now, after this year, listen, you guys know I'm a big supporter, but I only like to stick to real facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fact is, no one in their right mind has any kind of leverage over saying Jalen Hurts. He's proven enough to say that he's good enough for next year. He's proven enough to say that he can ball out in this league with the proper trade and with the upgrades that you make every year to year. Now, next year, if he comes out and plays the same way, because we go out here, because we got these, 6 in the top 60, and we got freaking all this cap space, we build this team to be great, and he still plays suspect football, then you might see me jump ship and say, okay, maybe we do need another quarterback. But until next year happens, no one has the right to
take 6 weeks, and they're going to be talking about who's in the back room. That's even if Jalen makes it, man. If the right deal is on the table, Russell Wilson's going to be here. And if I heard Deshaun
I don't want a 38-year-old quarterback.
No, sir.
A, we're not going to be able to rebuild our team.
I want to win.
He's going to be out of here in 2 years.
You don't want to win. I want to win. I want to try to get in.
He's not going to win it. That's why Russ. When the last time Russ been in a Super Bowl?
Birdman. Hey, listen. Russ is only coming to a team that's ready to win right now. We ain't ready to win right this moment, even with Russell Wilson.
Whoa. No shit. Stop.
You think that we would be winning something right now?
No Super Bowl with our roster.
Listen to me.
Fact.
We have one of the top O-lines right now, and if Russell Wilson was playing on this team, he's gonna hit all them wide receivers. Wide open.
And our defense is going to be doing what? And our defense is going to be doing what?
He's in the pocket for 1 minute.
Your defense stepped up for y'all at times when your offense wasn't. Which is why you won you won a lot of those later
games, my guy.
Amen, man. Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson doesn't take you any farther than the
I ain't buying that one, Birdman.
And he would have probably beat Dallas. What happened when Jalen Hurts showed up in Dallas? Choke job.
What happened to Nick Sirianni when he showed up in Dallas? We didn't run the ball. What happened to a lot of things? No one showed up in Dallas.
Excuses because
no one showed up in Dallas. Everybody was starstruck by the stadium.
I agree with you, Birdman.
What happened when we went to Tampa Bay? They said, throw the ball, Jalen. Throw the ball. And guess what happened? Nothing. Because he can't throw the ball.
That's a coaching mistake. And even in those first early games, Jalen does have 300-yard games. Jalen did still throw. Hell, when he was throwing the ball more, he had better stats than when we stopped throwing the ball with him. But he scored more touchdowns there.
Hey, you must be homies with his agent or something, right?
No, I'm being realist, my guy.
Man. Too much love for Jalen.
I'm just saying, You want a guy that's 38 years old that's going to command all this money, that's going
How
to
old
command
is
all
Tom
this draft
Brady?
capital.
If Tom Brady
Threw
went to the Dallas
3,100
Cowboys
yards,
right now,
25
they're
touchdowns
probably
last
going
year.
to the
When
Super
you got a
Bowl.
23-year-old who threw 3,100 yards, who also had 16 touchdowns passing
Birdie,
and 10
the
interceptions.
NFL
I mean,
is
10
different.
touchdowns running with an extra
Quarterbacks
800 yards
is-
rushing. So he had
Ben
better stats than
Roethlisberger's
this
still
guy.
playing.
He's
Hey,
younger.
Ben Roethlisberger's still playing.
Oh,
But
my
he's
goodness.
tired.
Fellas,
Watson hasn't even
Hey.
played football in over a year. Why would
I
you
don't
want
think there's
that
going to be
back?
no kind of agreement on this, fellas. Honestly, look, there is no, again, you got a quarterback such as Russell Wilson who's out there selling products of footballs. This man has his own little mini football that he sells on TV. If Jalen Hurts is going to be selling a product, I guarantee it ain't going to be nothing throwing nothing. It's probably going to be some running shoes or some kind of running material. So let's keep it a bean right now. There's no comparing, an arm right now versus Russell Wilson versus Jalen Hurts. Again, I believe that Jalen Hurts has the confidence and skill set to work on that. But y'all would be lying to yourselves right now. And even you, Birdman, talking about if Russell Wilson comes to the Eagles right now, all of a sudden our problems are solved and we there. No, we're not. I don't think bringing Russell Wilson is the solution to our problems either. So I think our best
Notion. Listen to me. We're only giving up 2 picks, 15 and 16. We still have all
for
the
Russell
other picks,
Wilson.
and we
Really?
still have free agency.
You want to do that? You think that's
We
smart?
still got money. We still got money. So why are you worried about that? Did you see what the Rams?
Because our defense, bro, our defense.
It's not my problem. You guys, a lot of people say Howie Roseman's a genius, right? He's the one that got Gannon here. And guess what, Eagle fans? We're stuck with him again. So it doesn't matter at the end of the day. There's enough on this team, and with a quarterback like that, he can cover it. He can do it. Look at the Bengals, man. Look at the Bengals.
Exactly.
No O-line? A terrible O-line. Look at our O-line is
A
10
terrible
times
O-line
better.
with awesome receivers, awesome running back, awesome defense.
We can still get another
A bad
receiver.
O-line doesn't give your wide receivers time to get open. I mean,
And they didn't even play that bad.
Burrow-
They didn't play that bad. They
Burrow
had a couple games
he
where
got
they
sacked
actually
9
held up
times
pretty
against
good.
the Titans. He got sacked
Exactly.
9 times against the Titans.
Exactly.
2 games where they didn't show up. But other than that, they didn't play that bad. That was only 2 games.
All right,
Everybody
fellas,
remember.
look, listen.
The
Hey,
2
let's
biggest
get
games.
this thing back on track here, fellas. Because, again, we can talk about this whole Jalen Hurts business all day, and everybody passionate got to say about it. But honestly, until we see it next year, hey, listen, it's all going to be out there to be talked about. So, look, I know a lot of people are asking right now who went over to the tight ends in the free agent group. Hey, real quick, because I want some quick thoughts from Boys for Life real quick, because we got one of y'all tight ends is a free agent. I'd like to know kind of from everybody what their thoughts are on this free agency, guys. But for
Which
Dallas,
one
it
is
looks
it?
like what, Dalton Schultz.
Oh, Dalton Schultz.
He hit the
Dalton
market.
Schultz. You what?
Okay, how y'all feel on Schultz coming to Philly? Again, y'all know me. Keep all the Dallas, everybody about it to Philly, man. I don't
He
want
can't block. He can't run block. So, I mean, did you see him against Chandler Jones when he was playing the Cardinals? He got his ass whooped. He cannot run block to save his life. So, if you want to take him, if you want to give him the bag and take him, go ahead. Do it.
But besides the blocking, how was he as a tight end though? Like receiving?
He's a good wide receiver. He was kind of a little bit of a crutch, I guess you could say, for Dak. He only averaged maybe about, I want to say 7 to 8 targets a game. He can catch.
Yeah, he's good.
He can make plays a little bit, but he's nothing that is just to gawk at. Like he's like,
would it be good to
God.
pair him up with Goddard and have him be our second tight end?
There's no reasoning for that though. That don't make sense. Why would we look at Dalton Schultz though? That don't make no sense. I know he can be a good receiver and stuff. He's a tight end that could play really good as a receiver type of tight end.
But if he can't block and you want him as a wide receiver, you got to have a quarterback who can read the field long enough to get him the ball.
That's true. Yeah, that's very true. But I'm not looking at Dalton Schultz. That don't even make sense. Dalton Schultz is not a good fit for us. That don't make sense.
Okay, what about you, Birdman? You like Schultz?
for us to take a look at him.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't want no tight ends. I just work with the guys. I like the guys that are. I like Jackson. I know he got injured, but I just leave the tight end room alone. I don't want to touch that. And I need Dallas to step up. Stop dropping
So
them
you even
easy.
passing
He's
on
making
you
freaking
passing on
fumbles
talent
out
such
of his
as Mike. He's another free agent. You got David Njoku, Gronkowski, which you already know he ain't playing for
Hey,
nobody.
I like
named Tom Brady.
Njoku from
So-
Cleveland.
Nope.
I think he'll be good to pair up with
I'm not
Dallas
touching
Goedert.
that. I'm not touching that, bro. I'm not even looking
Why
at
you don't like Njoku?
I'm not. It's not that I don't like him. I just don't want him because he's one of those tight ends that can actually do something like in the receiving game. I don't want that. That's not something I want. I need a blocking tight end. That's the only thing I'm
But we
looking
got Jack Stahl. He's a good blocking tight end.
What
We
else
just
do we
drafted
need?
him last year.
We already have a receiving tight end with Dallas Goedert. What else do we need? He's literally everything we got at the tight end
And he's
position.
Why
a
you don't
great
need
blocker.
one?
You don't need to
And
look.
Dallas
at
Goedert
who
can
we already
block
have.
too. Yeah, you're right. He's a good blocker too.
We
He
just need a
excels at
reliable.
blocking.
We need a reliable tight end. That is what I'm trying to say. Like a reliable catching tight end. That's the only thing I would look at in a tight end.
What about what you say?
Okay.
That dude from Miami?
Yeah, you got Mike Gesicki out there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's another one.
I mean, again, I'm kind of with y'all fellas. I'm not really splurging
I
a
don't think
whole
we
bunch
really
on the
need
tight
one.
end group. Again, I think we're pretty much set with Dallas Goedert. If we are going to get a tight end, it's got to be low budget. I mean, you ask me, I ain't even hesitant on bringing. Hey, man, bring back A-Rod, or not A-Rod. Bring back Richard Rodgers back to the to the team or something. I'm not even opposed to that. Again, I'm not really going
What
out
about
here
Zach
splurging.
Ertz?
Exactly. I mean, we need to talk about that. He is a
Bring
free
him
agent.
back.
Who's considering bringing back Zach Ertz to Philly? Hey,
That's-
look, on a discount, I'd
Birdman.
take Zach Ertz back in a heartbeat.
If he
I
knows that
agree,
he's the
Birdman.
number two,
I agree.
if he knows that he's the number two, he's not trying to start. He just want to be on a team. I say bring him back. You heard him say in his press conference, "I'll be back." Who knows what the
I'll bring
future
him
lads
back
that could
as
be
a tight
back.
end coach. A tight end coach. That's it.
I would take that.
Instead of tight-
No disrespect, to Zach Ertz.
He played some good football at the end of the year.
Yeah, but I can't let him go be second, dude. I mean,
Why?
He's more reliable of a catcher than Dallas Goedert will ever be. I
That's
will
what you
give
said
him
you
that.
need, right? Big play.
Dallas might,
You want the
Yes,
reliable
Dallas
hands.
might-
You want the
I don't
reliable
know.
hands. You got the big play making tight end and the blocking tight end. You want
As
the
a
reliable
two, I don't-
hands. There you
I
go.
don't
Zach
know if
Ertz
he's
sitting
gonna
right
do it.
there.
I don't know if he's gonna do it though.
he might get
He
offended.
he don't even like the GM though. He just doesn't want to be around the GM. Why would I go back? I mean, he seems happy with the Cardinals. I don't know if he's gonna stay or not, but I just wouldn't go back there. It's no reason to. Everything happened. He don't want to go back to that GM. Why would I go back? I would just stay where I'm at right now. Ask them to give me the money that I can go to, or go to another team that. Like the Bengals, they might need another tight end over there. CJ Uzuma, I know they got him, but they might need another.
But he's a free agent too, right?
I don't know. I mean, he's
I think I've seen that.
reliable. Reliability is what I want at the tight end position.
Hey guys,
What about
I'm
Engram?
And I
Engram
think
made it to
honestly,
Pro Bowl.
again,
hey guys, I'm
exactly.
gonna hit out
What
real
about
quick,
Evan
but,
Ingram? What's your thoughts
I like
on Evan Ingram?
now
All right,
let
bro.
I think people
Kick the tires on it. I mind having Ingram as a backup.
Nah, he can't catch for nothing.
But I think
Yeah.
people miss us.
Sorry.
Mr. Shrew can't catch with having big drops.
Who's been throwing it to Evan Ingram?
Yeah, and he had a
Who's
garbage quarterback.
been throwing it
Oh,
to Evan Ingram?
don't even give me that.
The
'cause
ball hits Evan Ingram straight in the hands and he drops
Bro,
it.
he
It doesn't matter who
dropped
throws
it.
to Evan Ingram. The
I
ball's
hate-
hitting him straight in the hands and it's being dropped.
I don't even like Daniel Jones as the quarterback,
Hey.
but look at what Boys for Life just said. Remember that one game that we had that the Giants always talk about, that Giants-Eagles game where they could have won and maybe made the playoffs? Daniel Jones threw a perfect pass to you can't get back. You can't get any better than that. And Evan Ingram, what does he do? He drops it. That helped us win the game. If we gonna keep it above, that really helped us win the game.
He's not supposed to be a starting tier type of a tight end. He can't handle pressure. But hey, look, as being a backup to come in and spell, Dallas Goedert, this man has top end, I would say elite for a tight end position. The man can get open and create. But I get what y'all saying. Look, I really ain't. We've seen players dropping balls over here. I really ain't about all of that either. But again, I mean, for the right price, I take Evan Engram as a backup. You know, to hopefully hope this man can develop. Change the scenery.
What about OJ Howard?
Not spinning the bag, not doing it.
Not spinning the bag because you won't have to.
Hey, later, guys. I'm about to head out, man. I gotta go do some shit. Thanks for the invite. Later, guys.
Bye, guys. Brother. Yes, sir.
Shout out to Birdman and Boys for Life. Both of their links are inside the chat. Make sure you go hit them up, subscribe.
Peace.
So what do you guys think? Either one of them two.
If it was between Engram and OJ Howard all the way. But I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do Howard either?
I'm just saying, like, if it was between those two, I would take OJ Howard, but I'm not gonna look at him like just the entire offseason. I know we gotta fill some holes there, but I could do that. And like, let's say we're in a position, we're in the draft, right? We filled out most of the defense. We got the holes there. We could look at running back because we don't know what we're gonna do with Jordan Howard. We might need to look at the receiver position. We might look at John Mechie. And then we get to that point where we might look at a tight end that can catch the ball really well in like the 6th or maybe 7th, 5th round, one of those rounds. I would look over there because you have some solid tight ends in this draft this year too. So I wouldn't mind that either. I would look at that.
Who you like in the draft, Big Play?
This one tight end from I don't know. I think it's Coastal Carolina. His name is Charlie Collier. He is underrated. I think he might drop. I don't know if he could rise because of his combine, but if he drops, you instantly touch him.
Yeah,
I'm down with OJ. I'm down with OJ. I'm down with Engram.
You take OJ over Engram?
I'll take OJ. Why not?
Yeah, I would
think OJ should have started this year, but they got Gronk.
Mm-hmm.
Are you touching Gronk at all?
I'm not doing nothing with this whole tight end free agency group, if you ask me. Again, I think we have enough resources. I do believe that our tight end right now, and dang, that's terrible. I can't think of this man's name right now. Dallas Goedert. That's terrible. Dallas Goedert, I think he brings enough to this team that, I think we're going to be okay at the tight end position. This is no longer a team that features tight ends anymore. The days that we used to do Zach Ertz and Brent
That's
Selleck.
only if we don't go big at receiver in the offseason and the draft. Because if you don't go big, you try to keep these guys. If you listen to what Sirianni said, and we kept, Quez and Rager and all these guys and didn't upgrade the position this offseason, then you need another tight end.
I mean, yeah, true, but we got also, like my man Phil says here, what about Tyree Jackson?
What about him? He didn't do nothing.
Not reliable enough.
He's a preseason star.
He can't catch. I see one thing out of him this year, and he dropped the ball.
Didn't he get injured or something?
Yeah, he did.
He did. After 3 games and no catches.
He had one pass that went his way and he dropped it. It wasn't. The ball was going really well too. He dropped a couple passes this year.
I want Tyree Jackson to be a stud.
Hey, look, I'm not going to sit here. If you want to start, look, the same energy that you was giving to some of these other injured players, you got to give it to Tyree Jackson also. If you think, players like Mike Williams could bounce back and, look, maybe Tyree Jackson, maybe because maybe that hampered his season. So I hope that he could bounce back. So, again, I'm not really splurging a whole lot. I think Dallas Goedert, he does enough. Wasn't he our second? Or was he no, wait. I think he might have been like our second lead receiver on the team. So he made his impact. But at the same time, I think he had more yards than Quez this year.
To be honest, I want to see Dallas get better. Because I think he dropped way too many passes this year.
He dropped some passes.
He could have been a 1,000-yard receiver if he would have caught those balls.
Mm-hmm.
They hating on him. They hating on Jackson, bro. He ain't getting no love right now.
He had more yards than Quez. I'm surprised. He had 830 yards.
So imagine if he all those drops. I can think of one play specifically that would have been like a 90-yard touchdown. You catch that ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he dropped it. He dropped a lot that day.
Why y'all smashing Tyreek like that? He didn't even play that many games to be calling him straight chicks. Look, again, from when he played, I think he needs to develop just like, look, half our other team players on this team need to develop. So I'm going to give Tyree Jackson the same benefit of the doubt. I want to see how he rebounds this coming up year. Because, again, the tools were there. It ain't like we was just raving on this man for no reason. I heard everybody talking about, oh, yeah, if Tyree Jackson, look, he's got the athletic ability, the catch range, the big body.
Because you can't coach 6'7", my guy. Like, that's something
it's there. So the man was injured, so we got to give him a pass. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to say he's cheeks yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he ain't.
And it was like his first year tight end too, or second year tight end. First or second year tight end. Like, he was a quarterback before.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe give him an off season. Maybe he comes back next year and balls out. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see it this year. I was so excited when they said Tyree Jackson's at practice. Like, yes, finally this preseason wonder is about to get in the game and start taking over. And whether we utilize him right, whether he dropped some passes, the bottom line is you didn't make the plays, my guy. Like, there's no plays made. And I'm pretty sure
that's true. That's true. And I know some of y'all up in here are probably like, well, Jalen was throwing this man the ball and blah, blah, blah. So, look, again, I got to see another year from Tyree. Hopefully injury and all of that stuff. He will avoid that this coming year. But, again, I'm not splurging on our team to be doing a whole lot of activity in the tight end position group. I see more of it definitely happening with wide receivers, but tight ends, nah.
I'm not receiver tip, guys. Do you believe how many receivers do you think the Eagles really need to get? Like, some people like just get one more to pair up with Smitty and then we got the rest. Give me your number exactly. If you were the GM, how many receivers would you bring to this team this year?
2. I would get 2. I'm just thinking about it in my head right now, and I would just get one.
Like, these are gonna be like, either top ranked draft picks or 2 top ranked receivers on free agency. So, like, how many of those type players? Not just good players that we can develop into something good, or mid-round receivers that are good that we hear about. I mean, like, how many legit guys are you bringing on a roster that can even push Quest to number 3? To be honest, I want to push. I want that. Oh, not even because we got 2 of them. That'll push Quest to number 4.
I want to. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest too, because I think really right now you could obviously get a better player than Quez and get a number 2 right there, but you need a slot receiver because Jalen Reagor, we just gonna put it at that. He's not good. He can go over there and slouch with JJ Arcega-Whiteside because he's just terrible. So you already got that. You get a slot receiver, I'll get that, and then you might need another big body receiver through the draft or free agency. So maybe look at Mike Williams through free agency and maybe Treylon Burks. I don't know if he falls to the second round, but yeah, players like that, David Bell, another receiver from Purdue. You just got to look at these draft receivers first before you could just look at only free agency receivers. But I think both this year you have to focus it on. But I'm a look at 2 receivers from both sides, free agency.
What about you, Notion?
Honestly, I'm bringing the more competition, the better up in here. So I'm probably looking at, honestly, like 3 receivers, throughout the whole totality of this. Yes. And I'm talking possibly 1 or 2 vets, which, again, if Devonta Adams is available, let's just go get that one. Maybe if we go get Devonta Adams, it'll probably be 2 for me because I still think we need to draft somebody. But definitely minimum should be 2. But I'm looking at like 3 players, maybe even just 1 veteran, because we saw how lost this team was last year without no kind of veteran presence at wide receiver. So I'm definitely bringing a vet up in here. And also, I'm hitting redraft also. Because, again, we got talent likes of J.J. Arthega-Whiteside, who's a bust. He should be up out of here. Jalen Reagor, who I think is going to be on his way up out of here also. So when you take all that into consideration, give me a veteran wide receiver. I think we're okay with Devonta Smith. I think Quez Watkins will develop into his own, but we still need to go and hit the draft. So I'm probably looking, maybe somewhere in the middle round or early middle round, maybe drafting some kind of a high-tier wide receiver, and then somebody that's going to be a late-round project. So I'm looking at 3 wide receivers, bring them all into camp, and we're going to find out who deserves to get number 2 and 3.
Like, are you worried, like, because you know Devontae coming, Adams, that moves Devonta Smith to number 2. You know what I'm saying? Straight off the bat. You know? Are you guys worried about if Devonta Smith came into the next season playing at the same level that he's playing now, would you guys be opposed? Do you think any of these, well, I guess the question would be, do you think any of these first-round draft pick receivers or free agents would be good enough to push Devonta to number 2?
I mean, go ahead. No, so you go ahead.
Oh, no. Go ahead, bro. I'm going to make that quick. Go ahead, Big Play.
I'm going to say, really, for me, I'm going to probably say no. Just because, you know, first of all, Devonta is younger than most of the receivers in free agency. And then you probably got, like, I don't know, like maybe a couple receivers that could challenge him for that number 1 through a draft. You just got to see how they play this year in the NFL and how they could play before I could really say Devonta, you know, how Devonta is going to play. But I just personally feel like Devonta Smith, you can't get better than him right now. You have to stay where Devonta is at right now. You could obviously get a Devonta Adams. You could get another Devonta Adams probably. But, I mean, I don't know. I'm just so lost with that one.
Why not go get a Pro Bowler?
Pro Bowler?
Devonta broke our receiver record this year, but he wasn't even a Pro Bowler. You see what Chase did? He was like Pro Bowl, All-Pro, Receiver of the Year, Offensive Player, Weapon, picking everything. You know what I'm saying? Like and Devonta wasn't even number 2. Waddle had a better season, and then he had crappier quarterback play. You know what I'm saying? On the worst team.
Yeah, I would look at a Mike Williams type of player just because, you know, he brings a lot. I mean, if they're going to franchise tag him, okay. If you want to get a better receiver there, that's better than Devonta Smith. You have to look at Devonta Adams, of course, right? You look at Devonta Adams.
OBJ, is he better?
OBJ, okay, I'll give you that.
Allen Robinson, is he better?
Allen Robinson, I would take.
Bro, this man just tore his ACL. No, he ain't better. He's not going to be better.
He's a better receiver. And overall, like, we're just saying, like, yes, we have to see him come back from an injury at a high level, but OBJ not hurt is better than Devonta Adams.
Okay, yeah, maybe a non-injured OBJ. Okay.
Let's keep going. Even on the Bengals, let's stick there because I think both of those guys are free agents, or one of them are for sure. And T. Higgins or
no.
Or Boyd.
Yeah, Boyd is a free agent. He might be a free agent. I don't think he's.
Is Boyd better than Devonta?
Yeah, he got probably 1 more year. They could tag him. I think what they're gonna do is, because they have some money there. They don't got the most money. They're gonna tag Jesse Bates, their safety. That's what they're gonna do. I don't think he's gonna go anywhere. And then Tyler Boyd, I think they tag him as well because they came out of the same draft. But hey, what up, Ms. Bergen?
Is he better?
Who?
Boyd
Than Smith?
And Devonta?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm saying no.
He's had multiple 1,000-yard seasons.
Honestly, I might have to say yes because he has shown a lot of productivity. But like, if I'm trying to build around someone, there's got to be Smith. He literally gives you everything you want.
But why do we have to build around him and make him like we can't go higher than that? It's like we're capping off our receiver room. We're not trying to get a better receiver than Smith. I am Smith fan. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on Slim Reaper. I'm just saying if we have opportunity to get a better receiver, we need to go get him.
Right. But you also have to look at the fact that you can't always have those receivers like Devonta Adams for too long. Devonta Adams, I mean, at some point he's going to get older.
How old is he? You know?
He's not that old, but like
Who,
he's
Devontae?
going to get
Yeah,
old.
how old is Devonta Adams?
He's 29
He's
years
like
old.
25, 26,
29.
25.
29 years old.
Devontae
29?
Adams is 29.
Yep, he's 29.
Ooh.
What? Hold
I didn't even know he was that old.
Fact
He
check.
is-
I ain't even know.
Yeah, he is 29 years old. Okay, I mean that's not that old, but at some point he's gonna.
Oh
keep
yeah,
on-
you sure right. This man is 29.
Yep, he's
Did
gonna.
that change your opinions about throwing the bag at him? Notion?
That's
I mean, at a long-term bag, look, I'm gonna tell you right now, I still think this man is worth at least a 3-year deal. Give me Devontae Adams for at least 3 years. I think he got a good 3-4 years left in him. But we about to start seeing a decline with that, and we need to go ahead and recognize that if somebody did sign Devontae Adams. So, yeah, I'm still throwing that bag, brother. 29 or not, best route runner in the league right now. I'm going to take that risk because I think the Eagles' window is probably going to be about a 3 to 4 year window. So, yeah, I'm getting Adams right now.
What up, Young Money?
What's up,
What you
y'all?
got to say about any of this?
What's up?
Young
What's
Money.
up? What's up? What's up?
what up, Young Money?
What y'all talking about? What we on here talking about? I just
You talking
hopped in.
about receivers? We
Receivers.
didn't talk a little bit about Hurts. We didn't talk a little bit about tight ends.
Hey, remember what I said like earlier, like at the end of the last
Oh, this
season
Hurts.
about Hurts?
It is Hurts swag call.
Yeah.
You changed your name to Young Money?
No, I mean they made me change it for some reason when I entered StreamYard.
Oh, weird.
They were like, "What you want your display name to be?" I was like Young Money. But hey, remember what I said like a couple months ago about Hurts? I'm starting to take it back. He's getting so much hate right now, and it's not even funny. Like, I feel like that's gonna fuel him to come out and have an MVP season for real.
Facts.
Like, there's so much hate. going on, bro.
Whoa, I mean,
I thought Hurts could have won MVP last year.
no.
Hey, try to check this out. If you
man.
do one thing, Troy, I promise you this.
Uh-huh.
Do one thing. Just take back the drops in the callback touchdown. Just only add those stats back to Hurts and tell me you don't have Pro Bowl and MVP numbers. Period.
And that's the content people are missing right there. That's what they missing right
He
there.
had the numbers if they were called. He had the numbers if, they didn't get called back. Like, those are Pro Bowl MVP type numbers. If you just take those two simple stats.
They may be nowadays how the Pro Bowl is. Those may be Pro Bowl numbers, but I don't know about MVP. I'm saying this year he might get the MVP numbers.
I'll give you the Pro Bowl. Even then, I don't even know if he will make the Pro Bowl because
He made a Pro Bowl alternate.
Yeah, he made the he's definitely gonna make a Pro Bowl if those touchdowns count.
Look at the players that made it. Dak Prescott had 36 touchdowns. He didn't even make it.
But he didn't have no yard. Hurts was dominant. If he had had those passes, he would have had dominant through the air and ground.
Yeah, he been
wasn't
over
dominant through the
4,000
air and
yards
ground.
passing.
Hey,
That's back.
I'm back from work in the studio, and I heard the name Jalen Hurts, so I had to come
You're
in.
right. We come in here and talk about put some respect.
Yeah,
on his
man.
name.
Hey, it's too much hate going on in Philadelphia nation right now. We gotta build our quarterback back up, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's our
We gotta
job.
build him back
Hold
up.
on. You talking to the guy that's been dealing with this hate since off season. No Shigane, that's my witness.
Hey, only reason why I'm saying that is because I was one of the guys that was hating. You feel me?
Facts.
I mean, he might. I mean, I'll give you the Chiefs game. The Chiefs game was a lot of penalties. He probably would have had like maybe 4 touchdowns, I think.
Y'all should have heard Pro Football Focus. Listen to this, because I was going to talk about it tomorrow on a special all-star roundtable of the Birds of Broad Street.
Show tomorrow, guys. We got a lit show.
Yes, it is, man. It's going to be lit. But this is what I was going to say tomorrow. Pro Football Focus had this little idea for the Philadelphia Eagles that even the Herd talked about on the show. Listen to this. The Philadelphia Eagles would trade 2 first-round picks just to get a no-trade clause having Russell Wilson.
I don't want it.
That's the end of the story.
To
I
be
don't want it.
honest,
I'm not trading
I don't
for
really-
Russell
I don't really
Wilson.
go by the
Russell
trade
Wilson
That's
didn't
what
even do as good as
Pro
Hurts
Football
this
said.
year. Why the
That's
hell
what
did
Pro
everybody
Football
want the
said.
guy that didn't even do as good as the guy you're talking so much crap about? The guy that doesn't deserve his starting chance. The guy that's 23 years old. You want to go get this old 38-year-old quarterback that
That's
couldn't
what I'm
even
saying,
do as
Bergen.
good
That's
as
what I'm
he
saying.
did this year.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, let's say you do get Russell Wilson. Let's say you do. How many sacks have we had this year? How many sacks?
I don't know.
Like 30
Yeah.
something.
Sacks like 20, maybe like 30. I don't know.
I'm talking about sacks. Like how many sacks?
Oh, how
Yeah,
many
like
we
30,
got?
like 30 something. We was at the bottom end of the league.
Yeah,
I know
we
that.
We
was
went from like
terrible.
69 or 60. I mean 65 to like 39 this year.
How many interceptions?
Oh yeah, we were not very turnover opportunistic
Hey,
this year.
Nah, it's because
interceptions.
you
I
lost
feel like
Brandon Graham.
we didn't get
did
enough.
better
He
there.
had 9 sacks last year, or 10, or 9.5.
We did better with interceptions this year, didn't we?
Yeah, we
The
did.
point I'm trying to make right here is that's the answer. You can get Russell Wilson all you like, but the point of the matter is this. You was at the bottom of the heat in sacks. You was at
Facts.
the bottom of the heat of interceptions. Last time I checked in 2017, and I hate going back up here, you had more sacks, more interceptions, and if it wasn't for Brandon Graham's strip second Tom Brady, there would be no parade down Broad Street. Defense would have anybody seen Aaron Donald lately? Has anybody seen Aaron Donald lately?
Von Miller.
Ring me. Has anyone seen Aaron Donald lately? Oh, having a shirt off parade down Los Angeles.
Yep.
The point is, we can argue back and forth of Jalen Hurts all we want to. The point is, if you don't have a defense, yes, Jalen Hurts got a lot of work to do. I admit.
Yes.
He got a lot of work to do. He do. The whole offense got a lot of work to do. I will concede to that slight. I get it. But if your defense, think about this, and I'm going to let y'all go. Listen to this. A bunch of guys, a bunch of like Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Dak Prescott, Jimmy
Aaron Rodgers.
I'm talking about the teams that we face, Bergen. Who else? We face Derek Carr. We faced Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
All these guys had 80% completion percentage. You know what that means? They had all day to throw bombs over our heads. And what we do? What do? Nothing. Let it happen. Let it happen. Yes, Jalen Hurts made a couple of bad throws. Yeah, he made a couple of bad picks. Yeah, he threw over the top of Devonta when he was wide open. But your defense let Daniel Jones. Your defense let Daniel Jones go up and down the field.
Yeah.
Your
Not even should be
defense
dead at.
let
Peyton Manning threw
He
28
did that.
interceptions his first year starting. That's the end every conversation about Jalen Hurts. 28. How many did Jalen Hurts throw?
So
How many turnovers did he have? He had 9 turnovers in a 17-game season, my guy.
I get what
You
everybody's
pray
saying.
for young
I
quarterbacks.
don't.
The problem your
Jordan.
quarterbacks have is turnovers. He
Ew,
didn't turn the ball over.
Go ahead, Clay.
I
Go ahead,
don't,
Clay.
I don't even know who Russell Wilson is. Do y'all know who Russell? I don't know who that is. I've never heard of him. I don't
He's
even
the
know who that is.
quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks. He goes out with Sierra.
I don't even know who that is. I mean, people want to say we want to get him. I'm good. I've eliminated his name out of my head. I have erased his name. I don't know who that is. I'm riding with Jalen Hurts forever.
Thank you,
I want to address my man Chris R. because my man said, "Why do Philly fans hate so much?" There's a difference in hating and criticism. These dudes hate on Hurts, but it's nothing new. Every Eagles quarterback gets hate for some reason, and that is so correct, Chris. It don't matter what quarterback we have at the helm in Philadelphia. They are going to get the hate. They're going to get the hate. So, again, that's just a product of being a part of the Philadelphia Eagles nation, I guess. I don't know. But as soon as you become a quarterback, oh, yeah, the hate gets real. And Jalen Hurts, again, I salute this man for at least having the confidence and the mindset to get through it. And this coming year is about to be a critical year for Jalen Hurts. But, yeah, you're right, Chris. It don't matter what quarterback.
Donnie got hated on.
Oh,
and
every
Donnie took our team to 4 straight NFC title games.
Yeah.
My God.
That's true,
Exactly.
but Donovan McNabb, other than T.O., he didn't really have too much to work with. If he had maybe one more receiver there that was good, I think that's one Super Bowl at least. Because you could just feed off of T.O., of course, but T.O. he can feed off of someone else that he has over there. If you have that, that's probably one Super Bowl, at least one Super Bowl. But I'm telling you guys,
it's always been this way in football. Defense wins championships.
Yep.
Offense puts the fans in the
But
stands.
they don't hear you though, Burgate. They don't hear you
Let
though.
me repeat it then. Defense wins championships. The offense puts the fans in the stands. Like, you guys keep crying about these elite quarterbacks. Like, why is it such a big deal to be an elite quarterback? They don't have Super Bowls, my guy. Do your research.
I'm telling you,
these elite quarterbacks playing for 16 years and only one Super Bowl.
Aaron Donald,
Aaron Rodgers, double MVP, back-to-back, stud, one Super Bowl. One. It don't take elite quarterbacks to win Super Bowls. It's elite teams.
But that's a lot of reasons why a lot of quarterbacks don't have Super Bowls because of Tom Brady.
That's true.
But Tom Brady, you know the difference though? Tom Brady was smart. He took team-friendly deals so he could make sure his team was able to bring the talent in. They always had legit defenses. They always had a running game. And Tom Brady didn't even put elite numbers up until they got Randy Moss. And after that, they had a bunch of little quick guys that fit the system.
Yeah, you're right like that. When quarterbacks get paid that big contract, it's almost like handing over the keys.
Think about this. Think about this, y'all. Think about this.
Brady did it with a lot of bad receivers. So Brady did it with a lot of bad receivers.
Not bad receivers, just good receivers, average receivers.
Average receivers.
But you got to realize
he made Julian Edelman.
Always had a good scheme regardless. They had a good scheme on offense. Those little dink and dunk. Quick little 5 yards here, quick little 5 yards here. Let me run the ball some more. Quick little 5 yards here, quick little 5 yards. The only time Brady really put up big numbers, Brady didn't even put up big numbers last year when he was in Tampa Bay.
Last year?
They weren't huge numbers.
The Super Bowl year?
Yeah.
Then he didn't put up amazing numbers, but he still did good though.
500 yards.
The yards. Someone got to look that up because I don't got it off the top of my head. But
the point is, like, you don't need it if you got legit defense.
But Brady
and consistent offense.
He could definitely show.
Think of how many people won Super Bowls that were trash quarterbacks. And I think someone talked about it earlier. Eli Manning, 2 Super Bowls. Eli Manning is garbage.
No, he's not. I disagree with that. I as an Eagles fan, I disagree with that. I'm an Eagles fan.
I can't.
I hate the Giants, but
he's not no elite quarterback. That's a fact.
He's not elite, but he was a solid quarterback.
Trent Dilfer.
Yeah, he sucked.
Brad Johnson.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he my man. I don't even know who he is.
You don't need no elite quarterback to win a Super Bowl, my guy.
Well, that's how you know someone suck when you don't even know their name.
Yeah. Y'all feel me? Like, you don't need no elite quarterback. That everybody get too hyped on that, and they don't have range. Like, if Aaron Rodgers, like I said, Tom Brady was smart. He's a smart businessman to the point where he knew if I took a little less, not saying I'm not getting paid because he definitely got paid, but he took a little less to make sure he can get those 1 or 2 extra players on his team. You know what I'm saying? So he can go ahead and keep the Super Bowls running.
Chris, I'm not saying the Eagles versus Giants. I'm saying in the playoffs, Eli Manning, he beat Brady twice. He did good in the playoffs.
And those Super Bowls were definitely defense too. When you had guys like Stray,
but when it mattered though, he made a lot of
whatever, Osunuma or Nura, whatever that boy's name was. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have some base on that defense for sure.
Right, but I personally feel like all that quarterback talk is gonna end. Well, it's not gonna end, but it's really gonna pick up when Deshaun Watson has his legal court.
Oh my God!
I know you were gonna say that.
But honestly, guys, do you really want to do? Like, 2 things about Deshaun Watson why I don't want him. 1,
Deshaun Watson got no trade clause. Deshaun Watson got no trade clause.
He could, when you look at the number 1 thing in game-winning drive, Deshaun Watson didn't win no damn games.
Deshaun Watson got no trade clause.
Game-winning drive numerous times. He did not win the game.
The question is this: did Deshaun Watson, did he have that? Because y'all talking about you need a supporting defense, to try to help these quarterbacks. Your quarterback doesn't have to be great.
He had the best receiver in the game in Hopkins.
But what about that defense?
What about
Houston's defense?
Hopkins? What about after Hopkins though?
That was only like one year.
33 touchdowns. He had 33 touchdowns. That's without no.
How many wins though with those 33 touchdowns, my guy?
I cannot believe we're talking about.
So all right, so you have to call it even, right? You have to call it down the middle. Jalen Hurts last year, no defense, right? He didn't have the best defense. Deshaun Watson, name me one player on Deshaun Watson's defense in 2020.
One stud receiver Jalen had.
So we're talking about a guy who got no trade clause. That's what we're talking about.
I'll wait.
Devonta Smith and Quez Watkins.
A lot of young receivers. Devonta was even dropping passes in the first couple of games.
Let me ask you this question real quick. I just want a quick answer from everybody. With the supporting defense, yes or no question answer here. With a supporting defense, can Jalen Hurts take this team to the promised land? We'll start with you, Bird Gang.
Yes.
Okay.
I tell you, if he does what he needs to do on defense, and we need two more targets, like you said. I think we need two receivers. I think Quez being number 4.
No. We ain't talking. Listen, we just made it just to the point where you understood that defense, just like Russell Wilson.
If they load up with the first 3 picks,
Russell Wilson was throwing it to Tyler Lockett
in the first round. Like, say you went and got an awesome DN. Like, say we got like Hutchinson somehow, and then we got Dean, and then we got Sauce Garner. And you inject those 3 young guys in that defense.
That's not winning us a Super Bowl. I'm sorry, that ain't winning us a Super Bowl.
Well, you gotta use free agency too. Go get Chandler Jones in free agency. You go get like Dante Hightower in free agency.
I mean,
Honey Badger at safety.
That's 2 old players though. You really gotta rely on players.
You need to have old and young both on your team.
You gotta have what you got on that, bro? What you got on that? Do you got?
Yes, that's my answer. Is yes.
Okay. You give Jalen Hurts a strong or a supporting defensive cast. I mean, does he bring us to the promised land? Does Jalen Hurts bring us to the promised land by fixing our defense?
Yes. Only let me give you my reason. Because Howie Roseman woke the bleep up. Because sure, I can trust Jalen Hurts with all my heart and soul. But remember, there's 3 people in the front office that have to do their job. We don't run the Eagles. We don't run jack except this beautiful YouTube page right here on Burgate Nation Sports Media. We don't run the Eagles. I'm not Howie Roseman. No chicane ain't Jeffrey Lurie. Berg ain't 31 ain't Nick Sirianni. And thank God Big Play ain't no John McGinn. We don't run nothing but this beautiful content that we have. So, yes, I trust Jalen Hurts. I really want to trust Jalen Hurts. But again, Howie Roseman, Nick Sirianni, and Jeffrey Lurie controls that whole thing. So I trust Jalen Hurts, but I also need to trust those 3. They run the show. We're just here talking about it.
Okay.
I like this, Chris. Big Chris.
How you feeling that, Big
Play? If we get a couple things right through the off season, maybe the draft and free agency, I think we definitely will be one of the best up there. Like, we're gonna be one of the best teams in the NFC, maybe the NFL. I just gotta see how Jalen plays the first couple of games before I could say this team is gonna consistently do that. But I think we could definitely be up there for sure if we get some of the right pieces, and Jalen can play ball.
I forgot even to add to Joe Flacco. He won a Super Bowl too. Trent Dilfer and Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl, and they're garbage.
Yeah, but honestly, Newsroom.
I'll catch you guys on the flip side. We got a big show tomorrow, so I need some
yes, sir.
Yeah, we might get out here too. We had 2 hours.
Yeah, we didn't hit the 2-hour mark.
Rocking it tonight, guys.
Yeah, 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Still in the chat. Much love to all you guys. hit that like, subscribe. You know, BGN Sports Media, Big Play Slay, Cool Cat Connors, Philly Notion, Bird Gang 31.
I'll
The
see you guys
media,
on the
the
flip side,
network,
and I'll see
everything,
y'all
Friday,
tomorrow.
everything, all
I
I
right.
like Cool Cat, Brody.
Yep, I actually have to head out. He just reminded me. I've been on here for maybe a little too long, but
Hey,
we
Big
get
Play
passionate.
Slay.
I have fun. Yo, bro, I have fun with y'all, man.
Yeah, man,
Y'all
hey.
some amazing people, man. So
Definitely
appreciate
gonna
y'all.
holler at you. We're gonna get you on some more.
Yep.
Yeah, y'all
You gotta
go make sure y'all check the Eaglet out. My man be kicking that knowledge. So
Right?
Big Play Slay. If y'all ain't checked out a sub to my man, y'all make sure y'all go do that. Cause the young ones in the
Right.
game, they got the knowledge too. Salute to
Yes,
my
sir.
guy.
Appreciate you. But y'all have a good night, man. Y'all have a good night.
Indeed, my
You
brother.
too.
So yeah, man, I guess
Hey,
we
it
can
was a
close
nice
this
night,
down,
bro.
man, with
I
understanding,
think
man,
with-
again.
that was a great idea calling show. Great idea.
Oh
man.
yeah, absolutely, man.
Salute to
Again,
them.
it's
Those
good to get
Gary,
the feel
salute.
from the people, because again, they gonna tell us, you know, when we out of line and things like that. But again, we still got a lot of question marks about our own quarterback. So we got to see how he's going to respond this year. We got some people on one side of the fence, some people on the other side of the fence when it comes to our quarterback. But we're going to find out this coming year. And one thing that is a fact, regardless of who our quarterback is, we need to bring some talent up in here on the offensive and the defensive side. So, I mean, hey, bro, gonna let them know. What? I think we got a show popping off tomorrow. Y'all make sure y'all check that out because we're going to have a pretty big show. Let them know.
Man, we have an ultimate round table tomorrow on Birds of Broad Street. Y'all already know me and Notion Gang, Cool Cat, One Trey Rock, Birds of Broad Street, the best Monday show ever on YouTube for the Birds. Straight up. We've been the best. You know what I'm saying? Anybody want to holler at us about that? Hey, come holler at us. We've been the best. You know what I'm saying? Best Monday show on YouTube tomorrow. We had to move it to Wednesday this week, and it's tomorrow. We got a huge roundtable. We got Lord Bronson. We got Trossel Sports. You know what I'm saying? We got JC Eagle Talk. You know, CG Ruthless. You know, D Gifted coming out of his little break to come do a show with us. You know what I'm saying? So we got some big kids, you know. We got some big kids coming out tomorrow. So make sure you guys tune in. Hit that like, hit that subscribe on everybody's channel. You know, I said it before, you know, Notion Gang, Bird Gang 31. We got BGN Sports Media. Hey, guys, if you guys want to talk a little bit about stuff that's not even about sports, guess what? We got BGN Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like, check that out. Go subscribe to that as well, man. We just popped off some new shows over there. We got the whole experience for you. BGN is going to be the best media source you can find on YouTube or any platform. So make sure you guys are dialed in, tuned in, and locked in. You know what I'm saying? So check us out. You know, we got another show this week, episode 2 of the Bird Brain podcast with Tony Shields, me, and Bang Ling. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are rocking new shows for you. It's my job to make sure you guys are satisfied with the best shows possible on YouTube. So that's what I do. I said, you know, you guys, Mr. Bergen, all day long I'm on my phone. Like, who can I get? How can we make this work? You know, then you got your good content creators like, you know, Philly Notion making awesome intros. You know what I'm saying? Being the hype man, doing his thing too. So, man, make sure you subscribe to all of us and keep us on lock. So hit that notification bell.
Indeed, gang. So again, as y'all go through this off season with us, we're going to keep bringing this news at y'all. Hopefully next week again, you know, our co-host Nikki, she's going to be back in this thing.
She's going to be back.
So, oh, yeah. Y'all know we coming at y'all in the off season. So again, y'all check us out tomorrow. We going to go and bring it to y'all. And if y'all new to either this channel or my brother's channel, y'all know what to do. Go hit that subscribe. Because y'all know how we rocking with it. Gang, y'all yourselves a safe and fantastic Eagles day. It's always fly, Eagles, fly. And until next time, y'all know what it is. Go keep the notion.
Peace.